today on Divorce Court.
I'm here because I am pregnant with my second child with my boyfriend, Anthony, and I am at my last wit's end.
With the birth of my second child with her, I think it will either bring us closer together or I'm wasting my time right now.
He does things, and I said I'm sorry, so now you have to deal with it.
My whole perspective is if you forgive me, then forgive me and let's move on instead of bringing up old stuff.
When I found out that he was still texting other girls, I felt like he really didn't mean to propose. It was kind of like the only thing I can do to keep her to stay. If Anthony doesn't change at this point, we just have to figure out how to co-parent our children.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Raisa Holly and Anthony Jenkins. The two of you have been together for 5 years, engaged for the last 2. You have 1 child together, and Ms. Holly, you are currently pregnant with your second child. You two love each other, are making babies, but aren't sure if you should get married. So you came here before me, you filled out my compatibility test, and gave me your marriage license with permission to tear it up should I feel your union is ill-advised. Ms. Holly, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why, after all this time, you're not quite sure Mr. Jenkins is the man for you?
Mr. Jenkins and I have been together 5 years, as you stated. About a year into our relationship, one of my exes reached out to me, and it was a very emotional time because I had a loss of a baby about 2 years before I met Mr. Jenkins. I felt like emotionally he wasn't there on the day. It was the due date of the baby. I remember the due date. So he wasn't really there, and when one of my exes had reached out to me, I in turn welcomed the reach out, and we went out to eat. I did not tell Mr. Jenkins where I was going. I did leave the house, but I did not tell him where I was going. While we were there, I kissed him. Nothing happened after the fact. I felt guilty about it. However, I never told Mr. Jenkins about it. I came home, I sat on his lap and cried. He did ask me, what was wrong. Originally, I just told him it was because it was the day of the due date. I didn't tell him what had happened. So you fast forward, we're doing well. Everything was great between us.
Can I say something?
When I get to you.
My bad. I'm sorry.
She has to finish her story.
You're right. I'm sorry.
When we fast forward, everything was going well between us. We ended up getting pregnant ourselves. We were excited, really, really excited. Everything was going well.
Can I say this? Nobody ends up getting pregnant. It's not like it's something that jumps up off the street on you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody says we ended up getting pregnant like y'all weren't really involved. You were having unprotected sex and had a baby. I want to clear that up. Go ahead.
So we ended up, we became pregnant. We were excited about becoming pregnant. And throughout the pregnancy, we were doing pretty well. We had our moments, of course. I was super emotional. I didn't know what I was doing.
Kind of speed this up. Where are we going?
So basically, you fast forward, we were doing well. And then the situation came up about a year later after my son was born about me cheating on him. One of his friends had told him that he was under the impression that I was cheating on him. Mr. Jenkins approached me about it. I told him that I had never slept with anybody else. I had just kissed someone else. He didn't believe me. We got into a very large argument about it. I ended up going to stay with a family member for a few days because that's how large the argument was. Throughout those few days, we did speak and basically said he was going to forgive me moving forward. He believed what I said. And then a couple months later, he kept asking me, did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me? And I kept telling him no.
Mr. Jenkins, what is your version of those events?
The first initial pregnancy was not. It was from a previous relationship.
Right. Was not with you.
So I wanted to clear that up. But another thing was Ray doesn't just kiss anybody. So she does. We don't even do passionate kisses like that. So if you're telling me that you just kissed someone, I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, she just was kissing someone. I'm just gonna believe that.
Do you believe that she actually cheated on you? I mean, the kissing in and of itself would be a cheat, no doubt.
Right, but no.
But do you think it went any further than that?
Of course. In my mind, I think that it definitely went further than just a kiss, because, again, she doesn't kiss anyone.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's assume it did what you think happened, that it went further than that.
Right.
Are you able to forgive her and move on, or is that going to haunt you?
No, I'm able to move on. I moved on from it if we're talking about present time. But at the time, no. At the present time, it was like...
It took a minute to work through.
Oh, yeah, I definitely...
Did he ultimately let it go?
After the whole cheating, him getting revenge on me,
okay,
he let it go.
Oh, tell me about the revenge cheat.
Well, that was the thing. So it didn't come up until he kept asking me, did I cheat? The one day we came home, he kept asking. I said, why do you keep asking? He said, because you cheated on me, or I believed you cheated on me, I cheated on you. So I was angry only because he led me to believe he was over it and he was done with it. So it was like, well,
did you revenge cheat? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was tit for tat. It was kind of childish.
Not kinda.
Yeah, well, it was childish.
childish.
It was childish, but I was devastated. So I was like, you did what you did, and I was hurt. So I'm going to do what I did, and I'm going to make sure you felt how I felt.
You know, that's no way to have a relationship. So, tell me about the proposal.
Well, the proposal came after dealing with the baby situation from the cheating. Mm-hmm.
Wait, there was a baby as a function of the cheat?
There was a fake baby.
Oh, there was a fake baby. Okay, let's go before the proposal. Tell me about the fake baby.
The girl that the lady in which he cheated with me or cheated on me with claimed that she was pregnant, which is how the whole scenario happened. He had told me he cheated, then the next day she sent me an email stating she was 13 weeks pregnant with his baby and they had been sleeping together the entire relationship.
How did you find out it was a fake pregnancy?
So what happened was we were going through the whole situation, and she had gave me a sonogram or whatever, and that same sonogram was a Google search picture. So I'm a IT guy, so it's like
you knew what it was.
No, I didn't know what it was. At first, I took it at face value, and it was like I'm about to have another child. I made a terrible mistake, but I'm a man enough to say that I'm going to take care of my responsibilities, and that became the argument. Was I wanted to, if it was a baby, I was going to take care of my responsibilities. Ray did not want me to do so.
Yeah. I mean, can I just give my little speech on free radical women? There are free radical women out there who will take advantage of the fact that you're having trouble with your woman. And you could have gotten tagged for 18 years of not just child support, but a whole lifetime of involvement and engagement and other baby mama drama because you couldn't, get past your ego long enough not to expose yourself, not just your relationship, yourself to all manner of diseases, economic, all manner of complications. You with me on that one?
No, I completely understand.
So I want to know how you ultimately came out on the other side of this baby thing, and then I want to talk about the proposal.
I did come back after that conversation telling him that I thought I might be in love with two people at that point, and he handled it way better than what I thought.
So, Ms. Holly, why don't you tell me how you responded to the fake baby and how that thing got resolved?
So I responded to the fake baby. It was real simple. She sent me the ultrasound, told me that she wanted us to have our children be friends, or we wanted us to be friends because our children are going to be siblings. We had to figure out how to co-parent, all this other stuff. No, I wasn't with it. I'm not going to act like I was. I wasn't okay with the scenario at all. After Anthony and I sat down and discussed this ultrasound, and I told him, this really doesn't seem, this doesn't feel right. Nothing about this feels right. So, again, like he stated, he was gung-ho. We're going to do this. I'm going to be a part of my child's life. And I was like, well, that's fine, but my son has nothing to do with what you're doing. I don't know how to explain that. Then...
That's not a good attitude to have, by the way.
I understand
but I'm going to fuss at you for just a quick second. Things are what they are, but children do not invite the sins that created them. Mm-hmm. So you cannot tag them with that. If they're siblings, you can't be an adjutant or, I'm not down with and all that kind of stuff. You have to be a grown woman and accept that those two are going to be in each other's lives. I'm just saying that in general. But go ahead, Ms. Holly.
So basically, we came to the decision that the pregnancy was fake because she was doing little petty stuff. She was calling us, calling him like, hey, I need you to come talk to me, or something's going on. I got to go to the doctors. Eventually, me and him decided we were going to move forward, so he ceased communication with her. And of course, about a month or two later, she texted him like, I'm going to the hospital, there's complications, and we never heard anything after that.
Right.
No baby showed up, so it was like,
I gotcha.
okay, we're done with it.
Okay.
Couple months after that, one of my exes had approached me he wanted to propose to his girlfriend, and I was the ex that got away, and he wanted to have closure with our relationship. I spoke to Anthony about it. Anthony was like, on a best friend point of view, I'm gonna allow you guys to get this closure, because he knew that me and this particular ex did not have closure to our relationship. I did come back after that conversation telling him that I thought I might be in love with two people at that point. And he handled it way better than what I thought, because he did not yell or scream. He was just like, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Yeah, I have to give it a limited amount of time here. I'm going to give him an opportunity to respond. Tell me about how you saw those events.
With the ex thing, I'm a valid person that says that a friendship's supposed to come first in any type of relationship. So me being a friend first, I'm like, well, me and you need to figure out if you want to be with me or you want to be with him, because if you want to be with him, then you can't.
Yeah, and you got residual feelings.
Yeah,
we got to clear that up.
You can't have both. And it was more so of, they were still communicating, still texting and all that. And I was like, yeah, well, you're gonna have to figure out exactly what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And in order for me to get her to figure that out, I was like, this is probably the only way it was going to happen.
Extraordinarily mature, Mr. Jenkins. I applaud that. I really, really do. And when you had that closure conversation and you came back and said you were confused, then what occurred?
We put a pin in it for a couple of days, and then we came back together and talked about it. And I said, I think it was just a confusion. I finally got closure that I wanted. I don't want to be with him. I want our relationship to work. So from that point, we started talking about moving forward in our relationship, getting married and doing marriage life and working together. And about 2 weeks after that, he proposed to me at my graduation party from medical assistance program. It was an exciting moment.
Very romantic.
It was embarrassing but exciting all at the same time, because everyone was there, and he knows I don't like surprises. I do not do surprises well at all. So when he proposed to me, it was like, you really want to make this work, because commitment has always been an issue in our relationship. The fact that you did it for me and then in front of everybody, big deal.
Yeah, and that is a huge deal. What I want to explore now is, did you feel pressured to say yes at that point in time, and how you two proceeded from there, if you did? Is this when you wrote that letter to him that I have here about you're leaving because I can't make you happy?
I wrote him the letter because Anthony and our relationship had come to where we don't talk.
Mr. Jenkins, do you ever get a chance to talk at home?
No. No.
Good night, nurse.
That's exactly
I want to
how
go
it
with
goes
you,
down.
Mr. Jenkins, for a moment. How did the relationship continue to develop after the proposal?
After the proposal, everything was good for a little while, and then back to the whole fake baby. The fake baby due date came up, so all that good stuff that happened went out the window. So of course, I'm like, we got over the situation, so I don't understand why it's a big deal, whatever. So we moved on from that, right?
At some juncture, you changed your Facebook status to "It's Complicated."
Right.
And I want to know when you did that, why you did that, because she was very distraught by that. Could you tell me about that?
So we had to move with our mom for a little while because we had ran into some financial difficulties. And when we had finished, everything was over. Was going to go back to the house. So when we went back to the house, I went home by myself. She stayed with our mom, and so I was kind of confused at why would you do that, and why would you even have me thinking that we're going to work everything out and everything's going to be cool, and the whole time you had the whole plan of staying with your mom and I'm going home by myself.
So that's when you changed it to "It's Complicated."
I changed it to "It's Complicated."
Let me just stop you right there, Ms. Holly. You tell me your version of what occurred during that time span.
We ended up staying with a family member. That's true. However, coming to the end of us being able to go back home, I had discussed it with Anthony maybe about a week before we were leaving, because we knew what day we were going to be able to go home. I told him I didn't think I wanted to go back to the house with him, because the whole scenario coming up to us being that we had to go stay with my family member was an issue for me. So
Right.
I told him I just needed time. I needed time to get my head together because, you know, like he was distant. Still, he was texting people, like he always says he's looking for advice. He's always texting some female about our relationship. Like, that's okay.
Free radical women, remember the speech I gave.
So it became very stressful for me because here I am at my family member's house because we're financially stressed out and you're now emotionally
Reaching out.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this when you wrote that letter to him that I have here about you're leaving because I can't make you happy?
I wrote him the letter because Anthony and our relationship had come to where we don't talk.
I thought it was an outstanding letter. It was a I'm a leaving because letter. I'm gonna take excerpts out of it and post it because it's a lot of letters that I think women should write but don't. I'm leaving because you're unhappy and you seem to think I'm the reason that you're unhappy. I'm making myself happy now, in the now, and you go ahead and do that too, but I'm not gonna stay and be beat up by your distance and your unhappiness until you can get your own happiness together. I thought that was beautiful. I think you talk too much, but I think that was beautiful. And I thought that was so well written and so clear. Do I have your permission to paraphrase it?
But that's the whole thing. It was actually the exact opposite. She was the one that was being distant. I was the one that was trying to be in her face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're gonna be distant, I'm gonna be distant. That's what it's gonna be.
I got you. I think I see what's happening here. Listen, I read your compatibility test. I heard what you said here. I know the whole story all the way to the end, and I don't have enough time for you to express it all to me. But I'm going to give you my best thoughts because, one, both of you are intelligent people. Both of you are educated people. Both of you got jobs. You got one child already and one kid on the way, and I think you can make this work. I really, really do. But you have to learn how to be a couple, and you have to learn how to be a couple by building borders around your two-ness and learning how to communicate. If you start with nasty and rude and irritated, you're never going to get what you want. I wrote a book called Making Marriage Work. I'm going to give it to you. It's about how you speak to people, because a lot of people who are insecure come out with anger because they don't feel safe. He's a safe place. You don't come out with anger, you come out with cool. Because I know you got that little edge about you that you can come out with. Let that go. That's society telling you that you have to be loud and edgy in order to be safe. And that's not true. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You have to be a person who's easy to talk to. Women need to be heard. We don't want to be told we're right, we're wrong, or other. Just like, okay, baby, what do you need to say? And then you repeat it back to her in order to encourage her capacity to speak to you. And that book talks about how a woman needs to learn to speak man and how a man learns to speak woman. Sit down together, read that chapter over and over and over again until you get it right. I'm not going to give you a marriage license, but I think you should get married eventually. You should go to marriage counseling first and then get married. This matter is adjourned.
So when the judge said that we should go to counseling before we got married, I am 100% agree with that. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do whatever it takes.
I feel as though if she can't learn to let the old stuff go and let us start new, I don't see us ever being able to move forward and be able to get married.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here to save my marriage. Ashley gave me a pass to cheat. She constantly said, you can go find somebody else. And that's what I did.
Shannon just wants something to justify the things that he has done. If you ask me right now, do I think Shannon cheating right now at this moment? Yeah.
When she say, I can bring another woman in for you to have sex with, I don't think that's something a wife or a husband to continually telling you that because you don't want to have sex with me.
Who you met 15 years ago is not who's standing in front of you now. And if you don't get yourself together, you won't have a wife.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Ashley Houston and Shannon Houston. Mr. and Mrs. Houston, you have been married for 10 years, though you've been together for 15. You have 3 children together. Ms. Houston, you say that there is trouble in the marriage. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on and why you're here today in divorce court?
I am here today because me and Shannon have been together since I was 15 years old. We met at our first job. Well, my first job, I was 15, he was 17. And we got married in 2007. We have 3 children, and I just want help. I think he's a serial cheater. Like, I need help.
Give me some examples of why you believe he's a serial cheater.
Well, the first half of our relationship, like the first 7 years, I would say he was good. But then in 2008 is the first time that I found out that he was cheating, and the way I found out, I think, was kind of like crazy. My child at the time, one of my kids at the time, came to me and was just like, "Mom, Dad has a girlfriend," and I'm like, it's a joke, And I'm like, I had never even think of him cheating like that, and he was like, "She's this color," and I'm like, "What does that mean?" And he was just like, "She this color." So I went to Shannon and I'm like, he said blah, blah, blah. And he was like,
right,
no.
Right.
Like, no. So then like a couple of days later, I walk into the living room, and he's like, he flips his phone. And I'm like, what are you doing? And so I grab his phone, and that kind of starts the history, like all type of videos of, yeah, I love you, and, see you tomorrow at work, and just the whole 9 yards.
Mr. Houston, did you get caught red-handed in a relationship with another woman?
It wasn't. I got caught on a phone. It was a text message going through, and then it wasn't technically a relationship. It was just a hit
It wasn't
and miss.
Technically a relationship. Technically, what was it?
I mean, it was just a what you call a
dalliance?
A friendship.
A friendship?
Yes.
No.
I mean, hi and bye, and I mean, it was a coworker at work. I mean, like, that's exactly what it was. It wasn't. I mean, like, we didn't did it.
He lied.
A couple of times.
Tell me what you saw that made you believe it was more than just a friendship.
The messages that I read that particular night before I stole his phone, that night, it was just like, good night, love you, talk to you tomorrow, see you at work. But then after I kicked him out for like that little 5 minutes that he went out on the porch, I looked through his phone, his videos, like she had, and then come to find out, I was his mother.
No, hang on.
Come to find out, I was his mother. He lived with his mother, and and he had custody of our 2 kids at the time.
What was the video about?
It was just like random videos, him fixing his car. Babe, I'll be at work late. I'm fixing the car. Like, babe, love you. Like, see you tonight. Like.
Were you doing that?
Okay, look, check this out. This is how it all started. Okay. Ashley gave me a pass. What is a pass? A pass to go find another friend. Why she did that? I don't know. She told her husband.
She just out of the blue one day.
No, not just one day. This is continue, like, for example, we have sexual relationship in the bedroom. Everything don't go her way or don't go my way or she don't want to do it at that particular time. She'll say, well, since I'm not pleasing you the right way in the bedroom, you need to go find a friend.
That's a complete lie.
Constantly. Keep on saying, find a friend. I ignored it for a while. It kept on continuously happening. When a person continues to tell you, you need to go find a friend if I'm not pleasing you or you're not having sexual relationship in the bedroom the way I want to, go find a friend. Now, that imprints in your head to go find a friend.
You find a friend.
You're going to go find a friend.
So you found a friend.
I found the friend.
And you were having a sexual relationship with that friend.
It was just for the sex.
I get that, but either you were having a sexual relationship with another woman or you weren't.
I was having a sexual relationship with another woman.
And how long were you having a sexual relationship with another woman?
It was about a couple of months.
A couple of months?
That's a lie.
Ms. Houston, you don't believe that's true?
First of all, he cheats so much, he just jumped stories. That is 2 different stories.
Okay.
But that's how everything started.
No, it's not. That is in 2008.
It is.
Right.
That was in 2008 when he got caught cheating with that girl that he kissed in front of our kids.
I did not kiss a girl in front of the kids.
That was that girl.
I did not kiss.
What did we jump to? Hang on.
So he just jumped to 2010 where I was kind of like, we had been together at the time.
Stop.
We had been together like 8 years at the time, and I'm like, he always like on my shoulder, and I'm like, you need to get some friends. That meant male or female. That didn't mean female. That meant just friends.
Yeah.
And he took that literal as having sex.
A free pass to have sex with anybody.
For 7 years.
For 7 years.
It lasted 7 years. 7 years.
Did you have a relationship that lasted 7 years?
I didn't have no relationship with no woman that lasted 7 years.
Let me
Did
reiterate.
you cheat with someone other than my wife for 7 years running? Yay or nay? Yay.
Yes.
Yeah. And now you're wondering what went wrong.
Wondering what went wrong? I know what went wrong.
What went wrong?
Her continually to tell me to go out to seek other
I
women.
have not.
It's not. So it's my fault
I
that I
tell
do
you,
this.
you ought to get high. You
He do
you
that
bother
too.
me all day long. You don't never have enough fun. You gotta get high. And if I tell you every day for 7 years you ought to get high, you gonna get high?
No, I'm not.
And I ain't told him that.
No, I'm not.
And then that's
You're
a
a
lie.
man that's responsible for his own behavior.
I
If you
understand
feel
that.
that your relationship at home is not cool with your wife, you need to fix it. You don't need to find reasons why not to address it.
So 2009 is the coworker. Then he did like a year and a half good. I was just like, okay, maybe he just had a
What
hiccup.
coworker?
All the rest of those you see are the same person. Every last one of them, the same person. And honestly, I think we both married to him, but I'm just legally married to him.
Mrs. Houston, it's your contention that he has cheated so often, it was necessary for you to create for this court a timeline of his cheating in order to keep it straight.
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
understand that we have that here. I have my own personal copy. So can you walk me through what's gone wrong in your relationship? Let's start. You met in 2002. You cheated in 2003.
No. First of all, we weren't even married and we were still like kind of dating. So I ain't never cheated on
Well,
this
where did
man.
I get that from?
Him.
You think she cheated in 2003?
In the process of my child being developed, my son, she stepped out.
I was already pregnant.
I mean, like, for
Why
me
you
to
cheating?
love somebody and give her my all, and then all of a sudden she steps out, and then I had to go through a whole year of her telling me that this child could be or
He
not
lying.
mine.
That man lying. I'm
Did
telling you,
that
he lied with
happen?
I swear to God, he lied with a straight face.
She told them the other possible father parents that's their grandchild, that's their nephew.
Did you do that, Mrs. Houston? Come on now. That's a pretty specific story to
first
make
of all,
up.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was 16 years old. He kills me with holding me accountable for things that happened when I was 16 years old.
Right.
Okay, first of all, he had a chick. Come
I
on
did
now,
not have
man.
a chick.
It was messy. It was back and forth, and you were
Yeah,
16.
it was messy.
It was
Yeah,
never-
16.
There is no
You
question.
seemed very hurt by what she did at 16.
And I think he
and
punished
not
me
at
now.
all acknowledging what you've been doing for the past 7
Thank
years
you.
during the course of the marriage. If you got to reach back to when
Thank
she was
you.
16.
But it's not. What I'm saying is that she's saying that I started cheating at that
No,
particular
I didn't.
time.
I said you started cheating in 2009.
Yeah, she didn't say that
I
at
didn't
all.
say 2002,
Pay attention,
3, 4,
Mr.
5,
Houston.
6, 7, 8.
Stay up with
2009, I
your
don't even recall.
stay up with your program.
That's your coworker. That's your coworker.
And
So,
now, keep going, keep
so
going.
back to what I was saying. So 2009 is the coworker. Then he did like a year and a half good. I was just like, okay, maybe he just had a
What
hiccup.
coworker?
Stop. Just let
All
her get
the rest
through
of those
this.
you see are the same person. Every last one of them, the same person. And honestly, I think we both married to him, but I'm just legally married to him. And reason why I say that is because, and he still to this day denies this, but in 10, 11 is when it started kind of happening, when he say I gave him permission to be with another woman. But that's when I was like, get a friend. And then so I ended up, one day I went to wake him up for work, and I heard like zzz, zzz, and I hear a phone vibrating. I'm like, his cell phone on the charger over there. And I look underneath the couch, and he has a little flip phone, a little phone for himself. And so I'm just looking at him sleeping. I was just like, your phone ringing? So he flips out, he leaves the house. But I was like, I need that number or you're not coming back in my house. So in the interim of that, he came into the house and he gave me a ring. It was like a little heart shape, looked like something you'll give to your first girlfriend when you're 14. Something he should have
Right.
gave me when I was 15. In the interim of that, me listening to the voicemail, he said he took the ring back, but I'm listening to the voicemail. She's just like, you a dang on liar. You said you was leaving her. You give me this ring and you say you love me, but really you don't. He gave the ring to the girl.
Mr. Houston, is that accurate?
That is not accurate. I did not give no female no doggone ring. I didn't give no female no other jewelry. I tried to give jewelry to my wife. and
you
she
gave
did
her-
not like it. Every type of jewelry I try to buy her is not too good for her.
First,
And
It's
then
not good enough for her.
It's
is
not
what
good
you
enough
mean.
for her. So therefore, why try to go stress and buy jewelry
I got
for
you.
you?
I'm with you. No. I want to move forward to the status of the relationship now.
he feels like as long as he has a job and bringing some income, that should be sufficient. And I'm okay with making more. I'm okay with doing more, but I'm not okay with doing more if more goes on another woman or more goes into your time that you spend talking and chatting with other women. I'd rather be by myself.
So, Mr. Houston, according to you, what is the status of your relationship right now?
At this particular point, I am trying to fix the situations that have been going on for years, trying to build up my trust. And it seemed like every time I try to do that, if I don't do something certain in her certain way, she brings up everything that I did and kicks me out the house and get mad at the simplest stuff that can be actually fixed. I believe that she don't want to fix this.
He's never been kicked out.
Ms. Houston, do you want to fix it?
At this point, honestly, I want to fix it, but I'm at the point now where like he woo me, and I'll be like, oh, I want to fall back in love, but before I fall back in love, I got to go through his phone because I don't trust him for as I can see him. And then when I go through his phone, Lord knows, 2010, 11, 12, all of his phone tones, so is we going to be together? Same girl.
Same girl.
Same girl.
No, it's...
How long has it been since that girl has been an issue?
New Year's, he made sure he wished her Happy New Year's. Yeah.
No,
But
I
the
did
status of
not.
our relationship at this point is, I'm just trying to get him to understand I'm not the same person he met when I was 15. When I was 15, I was rambunctious, just a totally different person. And I'm trying to teach him that when we first met, we were both in school, we both had our job, but we both stopped working once my child was born because we was like, not working, stopped going to school to work to be able to take care of our child. But since then, I have went back and got my GED. I have gotten my associate's degree. I have turned around and got my bachelor's degree in nursing. And Shannon is doing the exact same thing.
And what's he doing?
Working. Like, he's okay. Like, he has no desire to do anything other than work. Like, he feels like as long as he has a job and bringing some income, that should be sufficient. And I'm okay with making more. I'm okay with doing more, but I'm not okay with doing more if more goes on another woman or more goes into your time that you spend talking and chatting with other women. I'd rather be by myself.
Mr. Houston, you understand the nature of the problem that you have?
I understand it. I truly understand it. I can seriously say that at the beginning, I wasn't bringing in enough money to please her, but at this particular time, the reason why she went through everything and was able to get her associate's degree and bachelor's degree because I was there. I'm pretty sure that she didn't get all that
I'm pretty sure I went to school
degrees that she got by herself. I was the one that was taking care of the house and taking care of the kids and making sure you eat, making sure the clothes were fixed, everything situated in the house.
I'll give him that.
I understand it.
And I respect that, Mr. Houston. That is a huge piece of the pie that a lot of people miss, especially when a dude does it. I do want to show you respect for that. On the other side, however, if you're sleeping with another woman at the same time, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if the guy is making all the money, makes a wonderful house for you, and you're there, and you've got a maid, if you're sleeping with another woman, it just crushes you.
That's the thing. She say sleeping with other women. I was not sleeping with other women. I can conversate with them on the phone, but not sleeping with her. She say every person I conversate, every woman that I conversate with, I say hi to.
Conversate.
Talk and say hi and bye.
He was
I'm
doing
sleeping
more than
with.
Yeah.
He was doing more conversation. He was more so. He even asked her at one point.
Mr. Houston, the reason she can't forgive you is because you've never apologized. And you've never apologized because you have never taken responsibility for what you've done. If you're not forthcoming and forthright about what you've done in here and now, I know you haven't been with her, so she feels like you're always hiding something, so she can't accept a little partial apology for a partial truth because she knows for every little piece and parcel of an apology that she has once gotten, there's a whole lot other there that happened that you're not acknowledging. So that's why you're in the doghouse and can't get out.
I mean, Judge, I truly...
That is an truth. I'm going to tell you what to do, and then I'm running. Mr. Houston, your wife's crying. She came in here and showed up and had a conversation about all the things that you did to her, about a knife in her back over and over and over again for a decade. She's trying to stay with you. She's trying to stay strong. She's trying to keep the family together. She's getting better and better, more degrees, more money. She's holding down a household, yet and still she's got a guy that's running around on her. And she's hurt. And until you're man enough to take responsibility for what you've done and owned up to all of it, and don't pretend like it's less than it was, and don't pretend that it was as hurtful as it is, you will never, ever be worthy of the wife that you have. I can't fix it for you. Somebody else can't fix it for you. You need to be a better man. And until you're a better man, there is no fixing this relationship, because she is a better woman, and she don't need you. She can step on and now, Mrs. Houston, you got a decision to make. I know it's comfortable. I know you've been with him forever, but he's going to treat you badly as long as you stay there to take it, because he's done it in the past and he's going to continue to. I know it's hard, but you got to make some decisions in your life, whether you're going to stay or you're going to put your foot down, tell him he has to change, he has to do A, B, C, and D. Part of the apology might be stepping up and stepping on in a better way with the financial situation, instead of, having a job and then having your free time, because we know what you do with your free time. Maybe you should get a second job to show her that you're willing to step up and step into her stratosphere, because you're still on the earth and she's up in the sky somewhere. Let me tell you something. You don't have to take it. You just don't have to take it. As he is right now, he's not man enough for you. Make him step up and step on. Maybe make him step out before he can step to you again. But don't keep the status quo, because you deserve more. Be a better man, Mr. Houston. This matter is adjourned.
We've been together for 15 years, and at this point, I don't even see us being together by the end of this year. But I hope, but I don't see it.
Well, the judge said to me I'm supposed to be man enough to fix the problem, and I hear it loud and clear. I am man enough to fix the problem, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
I don't see it because I don't think he's gonna change. He's not even apologetic anymore. He doesn't even say sorry. It's just like, did you catch me?
On Divorce Court today. Marrying a younger man is one thing. Marrying a guy your son's age could be a problem. Nora was shocked to find out that her husband was only 18 when they met. Nora Silva and Jesus Moreno have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
Ms. Silva, I'm going to start with this. When you met him, you were 39 years old, correct?
Yes.
And how old was he?
18, I believe.
Now, first of all, if it was the other way around, everybody'd be like, ooh. But let me ask you, at 39, what did he say that was interesting to you?
Not a thing. It was just the way he looked, the way...
So he just looked good.
He looked good. He asked me to dance. He danced good.
Uh-huh.
He seemed like a nice gentleman.
He looked good. He danced well. Did the age ever become an issue?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
And it still won't.
It still won't be an issue.
Nope.
And you're going to keep her, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Moreno, did your friends talk about you, saying, well, why you dating an older lady?
I did. You know what I told them?
What did you tell them?
I said I like older women because younger women don't know what they want.
And the older women do?
Yes.
I like that thought pattern. Because I'm not getting any younger. I like to have options. You have a child that's almost just a year younger than him.
A year older.
They're older than him. Did it bother you at all that he was 18?
Well, I didn't find out till later that he was his age, because when we met, he told me he was 30. And
He said he was 30?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And you believed it?
Yes, I did. I'm a very trusting person, and I believe people for what they say and do, as time goes. And time passed before I realized his age.
He wasn't 30?
Right. And,
What was the tip-off?
The tip-off was when he turned 21 and he went down to the street corner store and bought beer, and he came home all excited because they did
His first legal beer?
Yes.
And gave it away.
Gave it away. So he gave it away. But by that time, my kids already knew him, and he's a good man, and he did a lot for my kids, and he genuinely loves my kids. Mm-hmm. And so it didn't bother them as well.
Okay. Mr. Moreno?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your initial attraction to her?
Everything. Her
Everything.
beauty, everything.
That's the only right answer any man could ever give to that question. I'm just saying. Why are we here now?
Because 13 years after we met, he cheated. Mm-hmm. And it was very hurtful.
Tell me who he cheated with, when, how, what happened, how you found out. He's breaking out in a sweat already. Go ahead, Mrs. Silva.
What happened was I was at work and I had my cell phone on to do my business with, call the nurses that I worked with, and I had my iPad on for music. His phone had broken, so he had used my iPad to get on his Facebook.
Okay.
Well, he forgot to log off. And so he came home early that day, made supper, and he was a very good man. He always bought me flowers, bought me goodies, bought me gifts, made supper, washed
He was
dishes.
attentive,
Always,
loving,
always.
kind.
So he had posted about coming home early and making supper. And one of his female friends commented or liked his comment, which I didn't have a problem with that. But his laptop at that point did the little popping bubble noise that meant somebody got a Facebook message. And so when I opened it, she had messaged him. And the comment was something like, I think it is so neat the way that you include your wife in everything that you do. Hopefully one day soon, I'll be able to meet a man like you.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. The only hint that it gave me that there was something wrong with it was that she did it privately messaged. Nobody else saw it. So to me, that's saying a woman is fishing for a man. And so sure enough, a couple of weeks after that is when he cheated with her.
Oh, so you have it right and I had it wrong. It just
Yes.
that there was
Yes.
something going on
Yes.
there and you found out about it. How did you find out he actually cheated with her?
I didn't find out it was her he cheated with until a time later, because I allowed things to happen, that might make me look like a fool, but usually it's because I already know what's going on. And like I've told my husband, I just love him that much.
That you put up with it?
But yes, and I don't dig into things. But because of the way things happened, I dug into it, and sure enough, when I found out the number he called that morning, early enough on the day that he cheated, was her phone number.
Mr. Moreno, can you explain to me what happened? Did you in fact cheat?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And
I told her I was going to work one day. I didn't even go to work. I went to her house.
was this the first time, or have you been tipping for a minute?
It was the first time with her.
With her? So have you been cheating on her regularly throughout the marriage?
Since 2005.
Since 2000, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you why. And it seems like a stupid question, but it seems to me that that's just how you were conducting business. Were you not happy at home? Do you just like a whole lot of women? You just didn't want to be married?
I got married with her when I was 18. I got with her when I was 18, 32. I didn't have no fun. I wanted to have fun. So I started going out and having fun.
That would explain to me something that you said in your response to her petition, which I thought was very, very interesting. And I have it here. You said, and I underlined it in red, I thought we had a good marriage, but I just wanted to try something different.
That's right.
Did you tell her about that when you first had that thought, or was the cheating going on ahead of that?
The cheating was already going on.
Already going on. Did you think that she suspected you of
Yes,
cheating?
ma'am.
Did you suspect him all along
No.
since 2005?
No. His behavior changed. My daughter was 16, so I thought it was like 2006. His behavior changed with me.
When you actually found out that he was cheating, were you shocked, surprised? how did it make you feel to find out that he'd been doing that so long?
I didn't know he was doing it for so long. It was just that day that I found out.
Uh-huh.
And it was like my soul was taken out of my body and stepped on. And I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to cry. But it was a hurt that I never want to feel again.
Okay.
The only way I can explain it is, you know, I'm going to say us Hispanics, you know, maybe other people do it, but, you know, when someone dies and a loved one goes up to the casket and they cry with this agonizing pain, like they want that person to just get up and
wail.
walk right there and then. That's how I sounded. And the way that I sounded brought my daughter into the room to find out what was going on.
Next, is the bond between Jesus and Nora's sons strong enough to keep this marriage together? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Divorce Court, real relationships, raw emotion. Testimony continues now.
Mr. Moreno, I understand your reasoning. You know, you were 18 when you got married. You never had a chance to sow your wild oats. I get all of that. What made you want to get married at 18?
We were happy. It was a happy couple. We were doing things, you know, going everywhere, doing things, and it just went south.
But what went south? How do you say it went south?
A lot of arguments, arguing. About just a lot of, like, we've had a lot of people live at our house. So there's always been arguments about.
What, relatives?
Yeah,
Or
and other
whose
people.
relatives, hers or yours?
Hers.
Okay.
Mine now.
And that bothered you? It was too much going on?
It was just too much.
I understand,
we had
yeah.
like 4 families in one house, in a 3-bedroom.
Was that, do you believe that was the cause of a lot of the problem?
It probably added to the stress of it, yes. Yeah. But most of our arguments was because he always accused me of cheating. He
Did you? Nah, that's because you were cheating and you thought she was doing the same to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Just guilty conscience going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you this? Financially, I'm going to ask you, how was he a contributing member of the family?
Oh, always.
Always a contributing member of the family. So he never sugar mamaed you?
Oh, never. Well,
no, I raised her kids.
Yeah, he raised my kids.
Her
you know, he was a very
she's
giving man.
22 now.
You said something about that in your papers. You said now that you two are apart, that you feel like you've been separated from those kids that you had raised, and you're upset by that. Is that true?
No, not really. Because I'm communicating with my daughter.
Uh-huh.
And her sons are the ones I'm not communicating with.
Uh-huh. Do you miss that?
A little bit, but, you know.
But that was their decision. You don't claim that it's her decision.
Exactly.
So she could do that. Did you ever feel sugar mamaed at all, Mrs. Silva? You seem not to have been sugar mamaed, but I'm just checking.
No, I didn't feel that way, but he did share that he had mentioned that, and I mean, it made me laugh, because it's like, you had a sugar mama for 13 years. You know, but he mentioned that, you know, we were married at 18. We met when he was 18.
Right.
But we married in 2005, which he's saying that he started cheating in 2005, this is the first time I hear about that. And so my thought is, why even ask me to get married if that's when you started cheating? You know, we married in 2005.
That is deep, though, Miss Silva. Doesn't make any sense at all.
Exactly.
Can you help us out with that, Mr. Moreno, at all?
I can't.
Did you have any concerns that since you were marrying a guy 21 years younger than you are, that you would run into the issue of him having not done all of the, you know, running around that he needed to do?
No, because we did a lot of those things together. We would go out drinking, dancing, you know, bowling, whatever, partying, you know, friends. We always had friends over. There's nothing that he wanted to do that I'd say no to. You know, as long as we were together, it didn't matter to me.
What made you decide to work out in 2013?
I wasn't going to be treating her like that, and I wasn't going to do her no more wrong.
Did you feel badly about it?
I felt bad about it.
Was that because it was the first time she actually caught you?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you want him to leave, or did you want him to stay and try and work it out?
I think that if things would not have happened the way that they did, I would have probably gone more years without knowing, but he was covered in hickeys.
Yeah, I got you.
So there's just no way, I mean,
Yeah.
if it hadn't been for that.
Given who did what to whom in this circumstance, I find it interesting that, Ms. Silva, you brought this suit for the damage that he did to your clothes, and I got to figure out how he managed to do that to you when you were the person who was hurt to begin with.
Right.
When divorce court continues, was this marriage simply too much for a young man looking for security?
Do you think it was wrong for Nora to marry a man nearly 20 years younger than she? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Here's the question I have for you, Ms. Silva. Did you get what you expected out of the marriage for as long as it lasted? Did you get the needs filled? You know, what you were looking for from him?
Yes.
But for the cheating, you'd still be with him?
Yes.
Would you take him back if he asked to come back to you right now today?
No, because he has a lot of work to do on his honesty.
Right, right. Mr. Moreno, if she wanted you back, would you go back?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not trying to be married no more.
You know, yeah, it just wasn't the time for you.
I want to be single and do my thing.
You want to be single? You want to do your thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How's your thing going?
It's going awesome,
Is it going all right?
Awesome.
Okay, okay. When you left, how did you do it?
What do you mean?
When you decided this marriage wasn't for you anymore, were you a jerk about it? Were you kind? How do you end like, I just don't want to be in it anymore? How did that conversation go?
I was real ugly with her, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
There was a lot of verbal cussing and all that.
From you or her?
From me to her. And then in the long run, I thought about it and it was wrong what I did.
So you kind of made her the bad guy in your head so you could feel good about leaving her. So you said a lot of ugly things in order to make yourself feel...
Yes.
Did you ever apologize for that?
I still apologize to her.
Does he?
Yes.
People do that often. When they're leaving and it's their fault, they often find some reason to dislike you, so it makes it easier for them so they don't feel badly about it. And I always like people to get an apology for that, to recognize that pain and that hurt and say, it wasn't you, it was me.
It was me.
And it was my bad, and I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you went there, so I appreciate that. Was he nasty to you throughout the course of the relationship? Or was that something that just occurred as he was about to exit?
He was about to exit.
Right. So during the course of the relationship, he was just a good guy.
Yes.
If you had a main complaint about Ms. Silva, what would it be? None?
No.
You left a woman you didn't have any problems with at all. It's just that you wanted to be single.
I want to be single.
I got it. I got it.
I want to be single and live my life.
Uh-huh.
And I work, and that's all I got to do. Work.
You
every
work?
day. Yes, ma'am.
And do you have kids?
And I pay child support.
How many kids you have?
4.
4 kids? Different women?
Mm-hmm. Older women.
Could you stop that? Seriously, could you stop that? Because what happens is when you got a guy who's just leaving kids hither and yon, they don't have a father figure in the home. They got rotating lovers of the mothers, but they don't have a guy who's right there. And for the girls, that is like the first guy that comes at them, they're going to want him because they're missing that male figure. You do damage when you don't stay in the home, and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So could you stop?
I'm still paying child support.
And I appreciate that you pay child support, but that's only a portion of what they need from a father. They need your physical presence. It changes who they are, what they do, and how they see themselves and life. And you make it difficult for them to do certain things correctly because you just aren't there. You with me on that one?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Well, hear it, feel it, then do it.
Okay.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
So, Mrs. Silva, tell me what happened to your clothing, because usually it happens the other way around. A woman gets cheated on, she gets mad at him and, takes all of his left shoes and leaves him the right shoe. He messed up your clothing. Tell me what he did, when he did it, and how much it was worth.
Well, on this weekend, I had gone to Alice for a high school reunion meeting. And so he took my clothes down to my bras and underwear, took important papers, shoes, everything out of my closet, out of my home, and took it with him. So when I finally got it back, it was all in a trash bag. And so when I opened it, I thought he had thrown up over it. But the more that I realized and went back to that Sunday, because I had gotten home and I thought, what is all this sugar and ketchup on the floor? And my grandson's like, oh, Papa did that because he was angry. So I swept it up.
Sugar and ketchup?
Ketchup, yes, ma'am.
On your clothes?
And so he had put the sugar and ketchup all over my clothes.
Mixed it up in a bag and brought it back to you?
Well, and somebody else got it from him and brought it back to me.
And brought it back to you. Mr. Moreno, what did that happen?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you thinking?
I was mad.
Because? What were you mad about? I mean...
Because she was in Alice at a dance. She wasn't at a reunion, she was at a dance.
Were you still married at this time?
Yes.
You were still cheating on her?
Yeah.
So you were sleeping with other women, but you got mad because she was at a dance.
She wasn't trying to answer my phone calls.
And she wouldn't answer your phone calls.
So I got aggravated. Instead of breaking all the windows in the house, I got all her clothes, and I got the sugar and ketchup, and I mixed it on her clothes. Threw it in a bag, and I took it with me.
How much do you believe these items are worth, Mrs. Silva?
Not more than $400.
Yeah, about $400. Do you think you did damage to about $400 worth of clothing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, well, you got to pay for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, let me say this, Mr. Moreno. I can't get too angry with you because you were a kid, you tried to do an adult thing, realized you weren't able to do it, and went back to your childhood. But I think you went back and cleaned up that mess as best you could, and I appreciate the fact that you did that. So I can't get so angry. Mrs. Silva, when you marry a guy that's that young, that's how old they are. And guys, get interesting at 30, if you ask me. I mean, you know what I mean? Because they're done with all the rest of that silly stuff, and they think upwardly instead of lowerly. You know what I mean? You can't pretend he's an age other than what he is and what that really means psychologically and emotionally. You with me on that one? So, have fun with the young ones, just don't keep them. And having said that, it is $400 in favor of Ms. Silva. It is so ordered.
Nora and Jesus respect the judge's ruling and have moved on. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court. On Divorce Court today. Buy a house, deliver a baby, and get married all in 1 week? Tanisha and James made all of that happen. But could cheating tear it all apart? Tanisha Williams and James Williams have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
Mr. and Mrs. Williams, you two have been married for 11 months, correct?
That's correct.
And things are already rocky. And they've come here because they don't want to get a divorce, but they've seen my advice and they think I can help. So I brought them out here. I made you take a compatibility test that I give to people before your vows, and it was enlightening. But I'm going to start with you, Ms. Williams. Why don't you tell me? Well, first of all, I think you had a very rapid-fire marriage. Tell me what happened when you first got married.
Basically, I do want to start off saying I normally do not date light-skinned guys. So when I met him, it was kind of stalkish. He knew family members of mine, so He would constantly be over at my family member's house.
Hang on. Hang on. You did all these things. You got married, did it all in 1 week. You got an 11-month marriage that's already in trouble, and then you talking about he's light-skinned?
Well, don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with light-skinned guys. Just not my preference.
Right.
So, like I was saying, we went on a date, dinner and a movie. We had so many commonalities. We hit it off. We were basically...
Now, look, get me closer to the marriage.
Okay. We did have breakups on and off for about 4 years on and off. Eventually, I did end up getting pregnant. And I feel like it was kind of a rush because on his end, I feel like he wasn't ready to get married because he didn't get everything out of his system.
Well, let me ask you this. How did that come about, the decision to marry? I mean, you were pregnant. He simply wanted to make the situation right. Did he propose? How did the idea we should marry come to fruition?
Well, probably within a year and a half of us talking, we were discussing marriage because we had the same belief system. We believed that when you're dating, it leads into marriage. That was our belief system. So, you know, I told him, I'm not going to continue being in a relationship or just your girlfriend. It's going on 2 years. What are you trying to do? You know, are you wasting my time?
Is this before you two had a baby or after?
This is before.
I want to talk to Mr. Williams there, because
Okay.
you run around the maypole a little too much for me. Mr.
Okay.
Williams, why don't you tell me, when you decided to get married, what happened? What did you say? It's time, or I don't really want to? What happened?
Well, she kind of pressed me, and we went ring shopping, and really just that's kind of how it happened. Like, we just went by the ring store, and I was like, you like that one? You like this one? And she ends up with one. I mean,
So what, she was pregnant, and she said, look, I'm pregnant. I've been with you forever. Yeah, put a ring on it or go away. Is that what she said?
Pretty much.
Put a ring on
Pretty
it.
much.
And you decided to put a ring on it.
Yes.
Is that basically what occurred? You said, look, brother, you got to step up. Give me a ring. I'm having a baby. Let's do this thing. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. But I did tell him, don't let me being pregnant be the cause for you wanting to
And
be
his
married.
response was what?
Okay, let's go ahead. I mean, honestly, that's basically what it was. Like I said, and throughout the whole process, even while I was pregnant, I kept telling him. Even before we got married, I told him, don't let this baby be the cause of you getting married, because it's just not going to work. And now, not even 2 weeks after we got married, we were having issues. The day before we got married, we were having issues.
Just on the general, when a guy says, okay, I'll go ahead, that means I don't want to do it, but I'm pressed in to do it, so I'm going to do it. That's how men speak that, because especially when you want it, and I think you were on it, and he just gave in. He just caved.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, let me just tell you, we did marriage counseling, and when our counselor, which is our pastor, when he asked him, why do you want to get married, J.E. told him that he feels like I'm his soulmate and he couldn't see his life without me. And, you know, that kind of simmered everything down as far as, you know, oh, I'm having a baby, he's not just doing it for that, because he never told me that before. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, wow, I could go with that.
Here's what I'm saying, Ms. Williams. You kept telling him, don't let this baby be the reason. If you had felt that he was really ready to get married, you wouldn't have kept asking him that and telling him that. You sensed already that he was reluctant. You know, there's nothing wrong with things not being perfect. There's nothing wrong with getting into things a little bit backwards or sideways, but don't pretend it's something other than what it is.
Right.
That way the problems are easier to resolve. Mr. Williams, did I call that one correctly?
yes, ma'am.
Next, lies and abandonment are driving Tanisha away. Is there any way for James to win her back? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Ms. Williams, I'm going to go back to you. and I'm going to try again. And before I say anything, let me say this. Both of you speak a lot about your beliefs, what you thought and what you believe. I wanted to know how you felt, what you wanted, and why you're not happy. I don't want to know about your belief system. I want to know what's really going on at your house, okay? Now, you tell me, when did it start to go bad and what it is you were having a problem with?
What started to go bad was when he started listening to outsiders and be like, well, I just feel this. And I'm like,
somebody told you to feel that. I've got that. Now, let me ask you this. What were you two arguing about regularly that caused him to go to other people?
Well, after I had my baby, we stayed arguing a lot about him being out all the time with his friends and not helping me around the house. I'm a new mother. I mean, this is completely new to me. I'm not for sure what to do. I'm sitting crying by myself, and he's with his friends who are well known for cheating on their long-term girlfriends or wives, and they're on social media arguing, and I'm seeing this, and I'm like, what do you as a married man look like being with these guys?
That, to me, is the basic underlying problem that began this. Mr. Williams, what did you expect once you said I do? Did you expect everything to remain the same? And if so, why did you say I do?
I expected everything to change with me and her, but I mean, that's because arguments arose, and who wants to stay there and argue? So why
arguments don't arise. Something happens, and then you argue about it. And I want to know is what was going wrong. What she's telling me is she didn't think you were invested in the marriage, that you got married but didn't change your old single ways, that you were still going out doing what you were doing. And I want to know if, in fact, she's got that right or something else was wrong.
I think that it was more so I was working, throughout the week so much to where when I get off, I don't want to just sit at the house and, just be there. I want to go do something or, get out of the house.
You didn't enjoy being home with your wife and kid?
Not so much that. Like, if, say, she didn't want to go out and I wanted to go do something, want to go eat or something, she'd be like, well, I guess she felt a certain way about her weight or, after she had the baby, she wasn't the same. Her body had changed and everything. And she didn't feel like going out sometimes, and I'd go out and eat with my friends, go to wing night or something, eat with my friends or something.
If your wife is sad, just had a baby, having a baby is, I don't know if y'all hit it, it's a deep, difficult thing. You're throwing up, you're uncomfortable, the baby's burping all night, so you can't sleep. Inside your stomach, he's burping. And and then afterwards, your body shifts, your hormones are all over the map. That kid is not letting you sleep, and your response is, well, you're going through something. Let me leave.
Exactly.
Did you comfort and care for this new mother and new baby? Or did you just say, oh, well, you're not any fun anymore. Let me go elsewhere?
No, I mean, I don't think I did that as much.
Isn't that what you just told me?
Well, yeah, but in a sense, it was because of arguments, though. I mean, that was.
What would you argue about?
Well, prior to our marriage, she'd done something with someone else.
She cheated?
Yeah, she cheated with somebody, and she brought that up in arguments and stuff, and I mean, that just makes for more arguments.
She brought that up in arguments, which means there was already argument. And if you don't tell me what the arguments were about, I'm going to lose my mind.
When divorce court continues, is Tanisha's violent temper out of control?
Do you think Tanisha and James should have bought a house, gotten married, and had a baby in the same week? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Let me tell you two what you were arguing about. You were arguing about not having the family and the picture that you wanted, and you were also arguing about the fact that he wasn't acting like he was married. You were what, 26?
Yes, ma'am.
He was behaving like he was 26, and he was going out. And that's what you were arguing about. Then other stuff came in on top of that, but that was the basic problem.
Right.
Can I get a cosign on that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
I got a cosign on that.
Exactly.
Now, Mr. Williams, you say that Mrs. Williams has quite the temper.
She breaks things when she gets mad. She does a lot. I have pictures, evidence.
Wow.
Now, what am I looking at? All I see is a foot.
You have to look really, really close. It's cracked all the way down the side of it.
That happened because he wants to go out to the club at 2 o'clock at night. And to me, a married man
shouldn't do that. Did it stop him?
He went right to the club, and I went right to the club with him.
Yeah. And this is a door jam? Were you busting in or busting out?
I was busting in.
You were busting into a bedroom or to the house itself?
The bedroom. I asked for him to let me in, and he wouldn't let me in.
Was he hiding from you? Now go ahead and tell the truth, Mrs. Williams. Was he hiding from you? You were hot and rolling, and he was like, oh, Lord. Went into the bedroom, locked the door, and you...
Well, that's a kick-in.
Oh, you kicked?
Yes.
Oh. Which makes more sense than the shoulder. I'm sorry, I don't break indoors, so I don't... I don't know how that works.
I'm working on my anger, I really am.
Mr. Williams, is that what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me tell you what I think your underlying problem is. In these compatibility tests, I heard nothing about love, care, interest, support. All I heard was respect, listen to me. Not the man, in charge. Who's in charge? Who's not in charge? I want him to be a man. He's not a man. I want her to stop being the man on top of me. It's all a power struggle and nothing more. You keep claiming you want more of a man while you telling him what to do. And it's hard to be a man when you got somebody telling you what to do all the time. Mr. Williams, you're trying to be a man while you're still behaving like a boy. You can't go out like you're single. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. Absolutely right.
You want to respond, Ms. Williams, so go ahead. Tell me what you... Did I miss it?
You hit it right on point. I just want to be able to talk to him. We don't talk anymore.
All right.
It's always an argument, and I don't know how to come back from that.
Right. Because everybody's angry, and you've got these rebound emotions around the house, and nothing's right.
Pete, we can't talk anymore because he talks to somebody, and it's like, oh, that's the end of the word. I got their word, and that's what we're doing. I'm just like, come on. We used to talk on the phone for hours. You know, now we don't talk. We don't have no ends to anything. I want to talk about bills. Oh, it's argument about bills. I want to go out together. Oh, it's the argument about going out together. It's a hassle now.
Yeah. Everything is a hassle. Even things that used to be simple are now a hassle.
If I raise my voice, oh, you're being itchy, you know? You'll say you're being itchy and...
Itchy?
Well...
I'm telling you, I'm gonna publish a dictionary. Divorce court word. Mr. Williams, you see your wife over there. She's crying. Her heart's broken. What are you thinking? How do you feel?
I don't feel good, but at the same time, when we do argue, it's like she said, we're arguing, and she's raising her voice at me and stuff. I feel like I'm supposed to be wearing the pants. I'm wearing the panties,
Right? Yeah. You can't be the man because she won't allow you to be the man. It's how you feel.
Yeah. There's no conversation because she's trying to run. She's trying to tell me what I need to do and all that. And I'm not getting a chance to talk.
Ms. Williams, what's your response to that?
Well, I am very dominant, but in saying that, I understand that he is also the man of the house, but it's kind of hard to allow him to step up and do things while even I was pregnant, I was doing everything. It's hard to step down the ladder of being dominant when I'm constantly having to handle it.
Because if you don't do it, it doesn't get done.
Exactly.
So you have to continue to. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
It's exactly that.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court, Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
I know exactly what's wrong here, and it's fixable. But it starts with you. You don't feel like you're the man, not because she doesn't respect you. It's because you're not doing the things that you need to do in order to take charge of your household. You are not the one responsible for the bills and responsible for how things work. You don't make sure the home is all tucked up and tucked in before you head out. And so what she does is, if it's not taken care of, she has to take care of it herself. And it makes her angry. You want to be respected, but have not earned that respect. The home is a nice place. It's got this pretty woman in it, and it's got your baby in it. You're 26 years old, and I think you're 26 typical for a male, which means pretty much not ready. He needs instruction. He needs help. He doesn't need you to holler. You got yourself half a kid. You got to tell him 3 things he needs to do. Something he can handle, but something that he's going to take off your plate. Babe, I need you to do A, B, and C. And if he does it, you thank him for it. Babe, thank you. It made my day easier. It made my life easier. And when you're home, you need to spend 30 minutes trying to make her happy. You know what I mean? Just something kind. What would she like for you to do? What would make her smile?
Bring her roses, something like that.
Is that true or not true?
That's
Because
true.
roses is default.
I mean, I like the romantic end, and that's kind of where we left off. I tell him all the time. When I was pregnant, I used to be like, you know, can I get a foot rub or a back rub? And what he'd say to get out of that is, you don't do it to me. So that kind of knocks out everything.
Mr. Williams, I'm gonna leave you with some advice to get you the thing that you really want. You wrote in your papers more than once that you would like more sex. Let me tell you how to get it. Takes 5 minutes. It's called 5-minute all-day foreplay. You call her in the morning. Hey, baby, I love you. How you doing? Do you need me to bring something home? When you do get home, you take your hand and you like that. Hug her. You're beautiful, baby. Ah, dinner was good. Then you get it. You gotta warm us up. We're like a car on a cold day. You can't just jump in and turn on the engine. You gotta warm us up. That's best advice you'll ever get.
That's right.
So you stop breaking stuff, you start caressing stuff, and maybe this thing will work out. This matter is adjourned.
Tanisha and James have listened to the judge and vowed to change their behavior so together they can save their marriage. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court. On Divorce Court today. Marshall even gave blood to keep them together, but Lauren claims angry outbursts and the silent treatment are pushing them apart. Lauren Givens and Marshall Gray have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court before your vows starts now.
You two are here to do one of my favorite things, which is a before your vows. You're engaged, but you got issues and you're not sure, so you came here to get my opinion. You gave me your marriage license. I'm either going to hand it back to you, wish you good luck, or tear it up if I think it's a bad idea. I'm going to start out, however, by talking about your issues. Why don't you tell me what's your primary concern or doubt about marrying Mr. Gray?
I really love Marshall, but I feel like he has anger issues, and I really think it's related to PTSD, because he did serve. He did do some serve in the Navy for 7 years. He did see combat.
Give me an example of when you think he got unnecessarily angry over a small thing.
We were out going to the store and everything. It was me, Marshall, and my daughter. And when we got back to the apartment, we were laughing and having a good time. Me and my daughter go upstairs, go in the house. Now, I automatically, when I come in the house and close the door, I lock it. I automatically do it. So I knew he was still sitting in the car on his phone, but it didn't click in my head. I was just laughing and talking, and I came in the house and I closed the door and I locked it. I go in the kitchen, me and my daughter still laughing. Then about a few minutes later, it's like boom, 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 boom on the door. I'm like, oh my goodness. He's like shaking. I'm like, Todd, go open the door. So when he comes in, he's like, oh, you guys, I ain't nothing, huh? I'm just out here standing around. Y'all don't have no respect for me. I'm like, babe, I forgot. Oh, you forgot? You saw me sitting in the car, blah, blah. He's just blowing up. I'm like, oh my God, this guy his anger is
just over the top and disproportionate to the wrong.
Right, exactly.
That you did.
Exactly.
And Mr. Gray, do you recall that event?
I sure do.
Okay. Were you that angry?
Not initially, I wasn't.
Okay. You tell me what happened from your perspective.
Okay. What happened was we were going through some financial hardships at that time. We didn't have any money to our name. And what I had to do for us to be able to have money to buy dinner that day is I had to give blood. I had to donate plasma for like 25, 30 bucks. And I mean, they took a gallon of blood out of my body. So,
I don't know about all that, but it was a lot.
You know, I'm feeling lightheaded, dizzy, and everything. And then I come in and number one, they locked the door on me, which, okay, in and of itself is not a big deal. But when I bang on the door, they open it, and they're just like, oh, whatever, and they go back to,
Now, Mr. Gray, let me ask you this. Did you take it personally? Because I lock my husband out once a week, and just because he goes out the back door and he's drums in my head, baby, when you go in, lock the door, because I never used to, so I just come in, I lock the door, he's out there.
But I gave my life, I almost died for these people, you know?
But you know, I get that, but it's nothing personal. You knew it was nothing personal,
I'm
right?
sacrificing, everything, my body for them, and they don't even care about it. So, I mean, that's just that was very traumatic.
Well, Mr. Gray, we've talked about one of the issues she has. Let me talk about the issues you have. What is your main concern or doubt with respect to Ms. Givens?
She just really doesn't take into account the fact that I'm human too, and
Give me an example. Tell me a story which would illustrate her failure to appreciate that you're a person too.
I want to hear this. Okay.
Well, I'm a writer. And I do my thing. Writers have to be in the mix. We have to really concentrate and get down to what we're talking, what we're doing.
Right.
And so she's looking for a memory card or something for her phone or something like that. And she goes, well, do you still have that memory card that I told you to hold for me? And at the time, I'm like, okay, well, I'm writing right now. I don't really have time to.
So you don't want to break
that.
your concentration.
Yeah, and because I didn't just jump up and do what she wanted me to do and drop everything that I was doing, she leaves the house and just gets all upset.
She left the house and huff all mad and angry because you wouldn't stop writing to find her memory card.
And I got the silent treatment for the rest of the day.
Ms. Givens, did that happen?
No, he's telling it all the wrong way.
Well, you tell it to me.
I'm glad he brought that up because the memory card is very important to me. I write music. So all of my music was on this memory card. And my daughter had the card when she went to go visit her father in Minnesota. And I said, please, you need this phone and you need a memory card. So please bring my card back. It's very important that I have that memory card. So my daughter brought the card back. It was fine. She said I couldn't keep it in her phone because it would erase everything that I did. So I took it out of her phone. I'm using his old phone. And I said, well, let me put it in here. He says, no, don't put that in my phone. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with it? He said, well, here, I'll put it up. He takes the card and goes to the closet and he so-called puts it up. Now, this is weeks later, I need the card. So I go in there and I say, you got that card for me? And he's sitting there on the computer. He's like looking in his little case. He's like, no, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? It's not here, so I don't know where it is. I said, well, I didn't get upset. I said, well, you took it from me and you put it up. So where is it?
Where'd you put it?
And he's like, well, I don't know. I can't find it. Now, if I had did that to his stuff, oh my God, it would be World War V in that house, okay? About losing or touching his stuff. Because he's like, if you touch my stuff, you need to know where it is. To this day, we cannot find that card, and that's my music. And I got mad because he watched me. He sat there and watched me search the whole closet, clean the closet out, organize it, and he not once got up and said, let me help you look. I didn't cuss, I didn't huff and puff or nothing. I didn't say anything to him. I got my stuff and I went in the living room and I sat down and I listened to music, and then I said, okay, he's not even gonna try to look for it. I need to get out of here. I need to walk away.
I kind of get the scene there, and there's something interesting that you said in your papers about your aunt and some orange soda. So we're gonna talk about your aunt and some orange soda.
Okay, Your Honor.
Next, can a big bottle of orange soda really ruin a relationship? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real relationships in crisis. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Ms. Gibbons, tell me what happened with your aunt and the orange soda.
Okay, hold on to your seats now. This man can take a 2-liter soda and chug it up until he sucks it until the bottle is gone in a chug, okay? So in our household, we have to have a soda. He has to have his own, and me and my daughter share one. So this time it was only one soda in there. It was orange soda. He loves orange soda, okay? So we understand that, but my aunt came over, and so she wanted something to drink. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me give her some of this soda. Maybe he won't, trip out a little bit. I'm already nervous about touching the dang soda, okay? Because I done heard enough about drinking his soda.
Do you not let anybody drink your orange soda?
I don't remember that, but I do like some soda.
Are you possessive of your own orange soda? I mean, this is a big deal to you that when you open that refrigerator, you want to see that bubbly orange.
Yeah,
it's all about that.
I gotta have it.
You gotta have it. Okay.
I gotta have it.
I just want to make sure, Ms. Gibbons, go ahead.
So I poured my aunt a glass of it, not even a big glass, like a glass of it, and poured it out. He comes in the kitchen and sees that. So I take the soda and I'm about to put it back. He looking at it, I'm like, I just wanted to give her some soda. He's like, oh God. He is mad, quickly grabs his keys, storms out the house and leaves. And then he comes back a few minutes later with a whole new soda.
Mr. Gray, did that happen because she gave her aunt some of your orange soda?
Well, I mean, you see how big I am, so yeah, I kind of can't give up, too much of it. So that
would be a yes. That would be a yes. Okay, I got that. Now, we've been talking about you a lot, Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray, I want to ask you something about Ms. Gibbons. You say you have problems with her parenting skills. She's got a couple of kids, not by you, older children.
Right.
What do you say is your difficulty with respect to the way she parents?
She kind of lets her kids just do whatever they want.
Are they under 18 or over 18?
Well, my daughter that lives with me is under 18.
Oh, under 18.
The one that lives with us, she's under 18.
Well, what goes on there?
She just has no discipline, no rules, no kind of discipline whatsoever.
The part that he's not getting is I am on her constantly.
And she's a teenager, and it takes you 97 times to tell them anything before they do it.
Exactly.
I get that part. They're difficult people. they just are. They're not rational, they're not reasonable, and they get on your last nerve. And it just goes away when they turn 20. Let me say this. I understand the nature of your issues. I want to understand why you're considering marrying one another. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. Give me a 90-second sales job. Why, Mr. Gray, is Ms. Gibbons the woman for you? Go.
Number one is I just love the way she bats her eyes at me. I love the way I love the way she loves me, Judge. And I know she truly, truly cares about me, and she has this sense of humor that's just impeccable. I mean, like I said, I write and I come up with these little skits, and I mean, she's right on it.
She's right on.
And she has these characters she does, and she's just, we die. We just literally die laughing. And
you don't literally die. I got this thing about the word literally. Everybody uses the word literally to mean exactly the opposite of what it means. Literally means it actually happened. Because if you were literally dead, we're all in trouble here. Okay? That was a wonderful job, Mr. Gray. Wonderful job. Ms. Givens, you got a high bar over here. He did a great job. 90 seconds. Go.
I love Marshall because when he is so brilliant. He has this mind to where he was able to sit and teach himself how to do this complicated Maya program, which is computer animation. He did something in a month's time that most people have to go to school for like 6 months to do. And he was so dedicated to learning it and doing it. It was just awesome to me. And when he's a loving person, he makes me feel so good. When he loves me, he's very affectionate. And I'm the kind of person in other relationships, I don't really show affection like that. But being with him, I've become more affectionate because most times guys this size and stuff, they don't want to be all lovey-dovey, but he is. He grabs me in public, he kisses me, and this and that. So I love him.
You did an equally wonderful job. And now we're going to turn to the compatibility test I had you two take and find out what that says.
When divorce court before your vows continues, can broken glass shatter their relationship?
Do you think that Marshall can learn to control his angry outbursts? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now, 1-800-282-1991.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
You know, before I do the compatibility test, there was one thing I just had to ask you. Who wants to explain to me what happened to the windshield in the car?
I want it.
Ms. Gibbons, go. What happened? I'm gonna come to you.
One of my coworkers runs an organization in Sacramento. It's for youth to get off the streets, young people to get their motivation and get them encouraged and stuff. She worked with me and she asked me to be on her board. She met Marshall too and she asked us both to be on her board. So she had a very important event for a fundraiser that she needed all of us to be there. Mr. Gray did not want to go. And so instead of saying, I don't want to go, he just pity-patted around and we get in the car to go. I finally get him to go. We're riding and I have the directions because they called me and told me where to go. So I'm telling them where to go. He's like, well, are you sure that's where it is? I said, yes, this is what they told me. Well, it's not over there. I guarantee it ain't over there. I said, they live here. They know where it's at. How you gonna tell them they don't know where it is? Well, I guarantee it ain't over there. I've been over there. It ain't. I said, babe, what is wrong? Calm down. You know, he's like, no, you just this, and that. And he was just going off, and I put my hand on him, and I said, babe, I'm sorry. What's wrong? I'm sorry. And he was like, don't talk to me like that. And he just, like, freaked out. And I guess the spirit on him jumped on me because I was like, what the hell? And I hit him in his chest, and I wanted to bust out the car like I was Incredible Hulk. And my leg, this is my bad leg. This leg came all the way up to the window.
By itself.
By itself. It shot to the window. It shot to the window and cracked it.
You cracked the windshield of the car. That is not an easy thing to do.
I got pictures if you like to see them.
Yeah, I would love to see it. Mr. Gray, why don't you tell me what you say happened in the car with the windshield?
Just like she said, she has the anger problems, not me. I'm driving the car. She's got her finger right here in my face.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just, she's the one with the anger problems and try to put it on me. You see how she mocks me? That's how she talks to me, Judge.
Okay.
That's how she talks. You are, like, what is that, you know? But
now, you know, it's interesting. I get these compatibility tests, and I create an image of who I think you are based upon what you said. And what I got on this paper doesn't look anything like the two of you. And do you want to know what she said she didn't like about you?
Yeah.
She said you're selfish, angers too fast, doesn't trust me, does not encourage me, and does not know how to say I'm sorry. Booyah.
I'm selfish because...
Oh, so you agree?
No, I don't agree. But here's the thing. What she does, now this woman, I don't know what's wrong with her finger. She has some kind of circuitry going on.
Steady it up there, Mr. Gray. Steady it up for me. There you go.
She breaks every piece of electronics she touches. Everything she touches that's electronic is broken within about 3 weeks.
Now, Mr. Gray, I'm talking about your character traits.
Okay.
That she's talking about.
Right.
Do you agree with any of them?
No,
Of
not
course
at all.
not.
Of course not.
He thinks you're lazy.
He can call me lazy. He's the one that tells me to sit down, stop doing stuff. Stop it. Sit down
He
sometime.
says you use too many words to convey your thoughts. I can verify on that one. I can verify. All right, that one's
do
there.
that because he don't understand. I have to keep explaining because he'd be like, no, and I'm like, okay, let me say it like this. I have to find a way to say it so it seems like a lot of words, but I'm trying to get through to him.
Mm-hmm. Well, you took a lot of words in my direction. I consider myself fairly quick on the uptake. Listen, you two, I can tell you exactly what I think.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. If the ink on your marriage license is barely dry, but you're ready to call it quits, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222.
It's time for you to call 1-800-282-1991 to answer today's question. You'll receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
Mr. Gray, how old are you?
38.
Ms. Givens, how old are you?
45.
I like you people. I mean, I like you people a lot. First of all, you just look good together. Don't they? You look like you belong together. You're both handsome. You're both mature. You're both thoughtful. I don't know who took these tests. We're going to take these tests and put them down over here because I don't know who took them for you. Because the people that showed up here got a sense of humor. They have a sense of one another. They have a sense of self. They have awareness. They have anger issues. He didn't break out a windshield.
I know.
That was you.
It jumped on me.
Wait, now. I see a lot of angry, but I've never seen it jump person to person. I think that you would both do well to learn how to manage your anger. Everybody would do well to learn how to manage their anger because you got a good thing going here. You got a good man, you got a good woman. And the only thing standing in between that, there's no cheating, there's no running around, you don't have a full-out virtual life. None of that stuff is going on. You actually have some concrete sense and values. You're good people. Good people can get felled by the smallest of things, especially when it's anger. It's frustration unexamined. It's a lack of control, and you can handle it. You can just decide to manage it. And if you can't manage it, go to anger management. Get it done. Get it taken care of. Get lively. Get loose. Get married. I love you. This matter is adjourned.
Both Lauren and Marshall have started anger management classes and are shopping for rings. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court. On Divorce Court today. Drama, angry accusations, and detective work. Now, is that any way to start a marriage? Stephen says that Danielle has no reason to be jealous, but she claims she continues to discover proof. Stephen Holt and Danielle Holt have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
Mr. Holt, you have to answer this question for me before I get anywhere else. What happened the day before your wedding?
My wife had pulled a knife on me. It happened actually the day before that day. I told her before I was going to go see my cousin the next day, and apparently she forgot, because the next day when I woke up, I said, hey, I'll be back, and she said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to see my cousin. She said, okay. I went, and I was hanging out with my cousin. We were over by Burger King, and I get a text from her, and it says, where are you? I said, I'm at Burger King, be home soon. I get home later on that night, and she's screaming, and just as soon as I get in the door, she's screaming and yelling, and she's just literally like in my face, and she's, where the hell were you? What were you doing? And and I was just wondering, I was like, okay, seriously, what are you talking about? And she says, you were with some girl, you were talking about you cheating on me. And I said, where do you get that from? She's like, my friend says she saw you. I was like, okay, seriously, calm down. I said, it's my cousin that you're probably thinking of. I said, I told you I was going with my cousin, and why don't you believe me? So we're arguing and yelling in the bedroom. She goes into the kitchen. We have it's like a kitchen set of knives.
A butcher block full of knives, yeah.
She pulls out the knife, and I'm following her in there. I'm thinking, what are you doing? She pulls out the knife. She's like, I should just kill you right now. You know you don't cheat on me. I'm gonna kill you. And I grabbed her like this. Like, I got behind her and grabbed her like this, and I took the knife with my right hand, and I twisted it to get out of her hand. I said, fine. I said, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you're acting like this. I said, fine, you don't believe me? I said, I'll go and get my cousin, or as a matter of fact, I'll call her. So I called my cousin. She didn't want to answer. I said, okay, I'm gonna go get her right now, because I know she's home. I just dropped her off. So I went and got my cousin. I brought her back. And I said, look, babe, I said, here's my cousin. I said, I haven't talked to my cousin yet. I said, all I did was tell her, hey, I need you to come back to the house with me. So I said, so ask her. She asked my cousin. My cousin said, yeah, we were just hanging out, telling him exactly what we were doing. I said, okay. Took my cousin back home. When I came back, as soon as I walked in the door, yet again, yelling in my face, saying, I still don't believe you. I know you're with some other girl. I know that you're cheating on me. And I told her, I said, why do you think I'm cheating on you?
Hang on, Mr. Holt. Mrs. Holt, did anything close to that happen?
No, Your Honor.
You never threatened him with a knife?
No, I did not.
You never yelled at him and fussed at him about another woman that your friend saw with him at Burger King?
I did say that, but I didn't pull a knife on him. I just, he
Was there a knife in the vicinity?
No.
Did you throw any fists? Did you use any hands?
No. No, Your Honor.
I believe you. I believe it happened. And my question to you is, why when she walked down the aisle, were you there to greet her? I mean, somebody pulls a knife, it's time to go. Ms. Holt, let me ask you this. Would you admit to being a little bit jealous?
Yes, but it was...
Has he ever done anything to make you believe that he is a cheater? Have you ever caught him running around on you?
Yes, I have.
Tell me about that.
So one day he said that he was going to a congratulations party in this town for a job or something. And so he left, and it made me feel like I had doubts. And so I went onto the internet on our bank statements and said that he was not where he was. And so
Well, you were looking at where he was using his credit card?
Yeah, his debit card.
His debit card. So you were tracking his debit card purchases.
Yeah.
And where was he?
He was in this town like an hour away from where we live. And he made a purchase of at a motel, and it was $58. And so I went on my phone and I looked at the motel, and it said one person, like some money or something, I don't know. And then it said two people, $58. That's how much he spent. And so I got a ride up to where he was, and his car was there, and he said that he was at a party. And so I went to...
She makes the CSI people look dopey. That's unbelievable. terrible.
I like her.
I mean, all over it. I'm fascinated. Go ahead.
And so he was there, and so I asked the front desk if I could go into it, you know, to see him, and he said that I don't know if he's there or not. And so I saw him coming out the door. I saw him.
I got you. Let me ask you. Did she catch you at the hotel?
I was at a motel, but I wasn't with no girl. No, I'm gonna be honest with you, Your Honor. Yes, I told her I was going to a party, which I did, which was about 20 minutes away from the town I was at. It was a little busted down motel that I would never go to again, but it was the closest motel that they had, okay, that was open.
Were you with someone else?
No, I was by myself, and yet again, I told her when she did, she said she came over, and she did. She did all that. She came over there with her mom, and when I was walking out, she started making a scene. She went to go banging on the door, trying to get in. So the guy that owns the hotel said that he was going to call the cops. So I was trying to calm her down so that the cops wouldn't be called. So she got back in the car and left with her mom too quick. I texted her right at that same time when she was leaving, said, babe, if you would have calmed down and you would have not made that scene, you could have came in the room and you could have stayed with me tonight. I paid for the room for 2 nights because that's how long I planned on staying there. I told her originally I was coming home that night, but I didn't plan on really coming home that night.
How come you told her a lie about where you were and got a motel? I mean, it just sounds a little off.
I didn't lie to her. I told her I was going to a party, and I did. I ended up going home a little late going to the motel a little late than what I said I was going to go, but I ended up going back. I told her I was staying the night. I didn't tell her who where.
I got you. You say she's a little clingy, and I believe it, because she got a mother up there and all that kind of stuff, tracing your bank accounts. Tell me some things that she's done that you find disturbing.
Besides just the fact that every time I'm doing something, like she said, she has to go through the bank account. We share a bank account together, okay? If I was to go cheat on her and I was to go find some other girl, I would use cash. I wouldn't use my card.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Especially when you know you're living with Columbo.
Yeah. Seriously.
Next, is there proof that Stephen has had an affair? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Holt, you say your wife is immature. Give me an example of something she's done that you found immature.
Wow. She acts like a child. On anything it has to do, we have our kid. She doesn't want to, yes, she gets up at night and she'll feed him and she'll change his diaper, but when it comes down to actually spending time with him, she wants to go do her own thing. She wants to watch movies.
How old is your child?
He's 2 years old.
Okay. Are you a little light on the mothering, Mrs. Holt?
No, I'm not.
You taking care of business in that way?
Yeah, he's the one that's not doing anything. He's the one that doesn't want to take responsibility for our child.
Give me a story that would illustrate that.
He would, when we wake up, he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to help me. He doesn't want to wake up with our son, in the middle of the night. And he wants to get up and go every day. And
is he going to work?
No, he doesn't even want to go. He doesn't go to work. He just leaves. He's like, I'll be back or something. And
you say there was an incident at the unemployment office, or trying to go to the unemployment office. Explain that to me.
She wanted to come with me, and I told her, I said, no, I'm going to go to unemployment by myself because I'm not going to be there long. I'll be right back. She got mad, Your Honor. She jumped on top of the car, on the hood. She got on the hood, and she was so mad. She's like, well, then you're not going nowhere. And I said, really? I was like, can you please get off my car? I have to go to the unemployment office. So you want me to get another job or not? She's like, you know what? She said, I'm tired of you in this piece of crap of a car. And she stomped on the hood so bad that it left a big dent. And I can't even really explain how the dent is, but it's a big
It's
dent.
a big dent.
It's a big dent.
It's a big dent. Ms. Holt, did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Why didn't you want him to go to the unemployment office?
Well, it was.
She wanted to stay next to me, Your Honor.
It was because he was gonna go to the studio after that, after he went to the unemployment office, and every time he goes to the studio, I go with him because he wants me there every day, or he wants me there every time he goes in the studio, because when he.
Does he do music?
Yeah, he does music.
He does music. But if he wanted to go to the unemployment office, why does it matter if you went or you didn't go?
I wanted to be clingy.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Ms. Holt. You say you have physical evidence demonstrating that he has a secret life with somebody else altogether.
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you show it to me?
Yeah, it's only for your eyes, though.
I can't show him. I'm gonna show him.
You can show him if you want.
Now, where did you get these from?
Last night I was on the internet and I saw that, and that just, my heart just dropped. My mouth just dropped.
This last night you found this?
Yes, and it has a picture of my son and this girl, and it has him, and it says happy family. And that's not even her family, that's my family.
Let's let Mr. Holt see this.
And I want him to explain to me why he did that, or how that
what's
happened.
going on? Who is this woman, and who is she to you?
I mean, we were just best friends. Okay, I don't look at her like that.
Well, isn't that woman in there with your baby, though? Why does that woman know your baby?
Because I went up there one day with my son. She wanted to see what my son looked like. I went up there with my son.
You told me that you wanted to
Now, that sounded suspect to me,
No,
Miss Holt.
and I know that
I got two kids. I have never taken one of them to see any of the ex-boyfriends I got anywhere, anytime, ever.
We're still best friends, Your Honor. We still talk. I mean...
Baby, that's why she's insecure. You're still best friends with your ex.
Still best friends with hers. So, I wouldn't see why I couldn't have
Are
mine.
you still best friends with yours?
I don't talk to mine. I don't even have their number or anything.
Okay.
When divorce court continues, does Stephen have to escape to the grocery store for time alone?
Do you think Stephen and Danielle were too young to know what it really means to be married? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Real relationships, raw emotion. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Holt, there's one more avenue I would like to explore before I get to what you want, which is your car fixed, and what she wants, the EPT money she believes you spent on another woman. We will get to all of that. But Mr. Holt, you believe her family doesn't like you because of who you are and what you are. Explain that to me.
They treat me totally different than what other boyfriends she's ever had.
Do you agree with that? Do you think they have an issue with him? Or they?
Yes, I do.
Really? They do?
Yes.
Have they told you?
Yes.
And what do you say to them in response?
Just, like, forget about it because he's my husband, or at the time he was my boyfriend, and...
Hang on. Let me ask you something, Mrs. Holt. Family don't like him? Not for a valid reason, but your family don't like him? You seem to think he's sneaking and creeping and carrying on with other people. You're mad, you're busting in the car, you say you didn't do the knife, but you hooping and hollering and investigating and chasing him on Facebook, printing pictures and all that kind of stuff. Do you still want him, and is there love there?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
But aren't you tired?
I just want everything to stop, and,
I mean, we're here in divorce court. You know what you want to get from him, but when you get here, you kind of sounded like, I can't stand him, but I want to keep him. And I need you to explain that turn of events to me.
I just want everything to be normal. I just don't want him sneaking around and cheating on me and stuff. I just want him to be honest with me and to not lie all the time and just say that he'll be back or whatever, like when he leaves.
I haven't left your side in 2 months.
Are you happy?
Nope.
That's why you're here, huh?
Yep.
Had enough?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong, Your Honor, I love her. I do. But just the clingy part of her has to stop. It does, you know. I spoiled her in the beginning. Well, we were with each other every single day when we were dating. And I think that's where I went wrong. Because now she's still expecting that, you know, now as we're married. And I still need space. I still need to have my own time of my own, you know, whether it's going to the grocery store and just buying something, and even if I take 2 hours to buy one thing at a grocery store, I would use it as an excuse just to stay away for a little bit to get my own time.
Just wander the aisles.
I would do that, Your Honor. I really would. I really would.
In order to keep from going home.
Yep, I would do that.
Do you think you stuck too tightly to him?
Yes,
Don't
I
give
do,
the
Your
man
Honor.
some room to breathe, and he's lying to you about where he's going just so he can get out from under you?
Yes.
You're going back to him, aren't you, no matter what I do? If I awarded you that money, didn't award you that money, fixed your car or whatever, aren't you?
Yep.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
You two are going home together, so I'm not going to give you what you asked for. I'm going to give you what I think you need. Mrs. Holt, you need to trust him. You know why? Because this is no way to live. This is absolutely no way to live. Stalking him and running behind him and being on top of him, you know, the knife thing, the car thing, all of that is jealousy out of control. Something has hijacked your mind and you can't be rational about it. And you can't live like that. You just can't live like that. If, in fact, he's cheating, you'll find out soon enough. If he leaves you for another woman, you never had him anyway. So don't. And if he's not cheating, you're going to drive him away with all of that, you know, Inspector Gadget mess you are doing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so nothing good can come of your behavior. You're either not going to stop him from cheating or you're going to push him away. And neither one of those things do you want. And Mr. Holt, you got a sense of humor, and I like that. You got to give her a little bit more. I mean, the motel thing was a little suspect. Those pictures were a little suspect. If you know you got a woman who is scared, and that's all that jealousy is fear. She's afraid of losing you. If you give her security and comfort and stop doing all these suspect things, she might back up off you. And when he does do that, you do need to back up off him. If I were you, you both young. You're like, what, 20?
23.
23, you're 20. Ooh, Lord. I remember 20, I was a hot, you know what I mean? I was a ridiculous individual. I was ridiculous. You know, it's hard to be married at 20, and I get all of that, but you guys need to see marriage counselors because you both need to grow up and get it together, or else this isn't gonna work out at all. You got a baby at home, so you gotta, take a good swing at it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So go see somebody. Quit the motels and the pictures. No more stomping and stalking. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Danielle and Stephen have seen a mediator and are working to repair their marriage. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court. On Divorce Court today. Married to each other for nearly 5 years, Courtney and Hermaine claim they argue about everything. In fact, they say the only thing they can agree on is if they don't stop arguing, their marriage will end. Courtney Saunders and Hermaine Saunders have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. and Mrs. Saunders, you two have been married for 4.5 years. You do not want to be married anymore. And you say you don't want to be married anymore because you argue constantly over nonsense. Ms. Saunders, why don't you tell me what are some of the subjects that come up that you argue about that you consider nonsense?
Your Honor, we argue about everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. We can argue about whether the sky is blue. I'm serious. I mean,
give me an example of an argument that I'll say, really?
Okay, about 2 weeks ago, I'm hungry, he's hungry. We're trying to figure out what we want to eat. I don't want chicken, I want burger. Well, I don't want burger, I want chicken. That's a big knockout, drag-out argument over chicken or burger. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Give me one more example, because that was pretty much nonsense. I'm going to give you that one. I understand there was something about big booty spotting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he loves big booty women. See, I'm not endowed like that in the back. So, you know, every time we go out someplace, I always catch him looking or glancing at someone with a big butt. I always pick at him like, that's what you like? You know, I mean, it's craziness.
Is that what she says, or does she go a lot further than that when she spots you looking at a woman with a big booty?
She go a lot further than that.
She goes a lot further than that? What kind of things does she say?
Besides that's what you like, is that's what you want me to have. I could do that. I could be like that. You want me to get some booty shots? Stuff like that.
I do.
Now, Ms. Saunders, what's the point in that? He looks at a bit, he sees it, and then you have to go through the same argument every time a big booty goes by. And these days, they're everywhere.
I know. Especially from the South. We in the South. That's all you see.
But why argue about it? That's what I want to know.
I feel like I'm his wife. You should like everything about me. I don't feel comfortable and confident in myself when you're not, you know, focusing on me. You focusing on every big butt you see walk by. I mean, come on now.
Now, is your head just snapping left and right as you go, go out and about, or do you stare, or do you just glance?
I just glance. I
catch him like this.
Looking right at it.
That's not
yeah,
true.
and if you know isn't going to excite it like that, what you do that for? I mean, just kind of like be cool.
I think she be looking harder than me, actually.
Really?
Yes, I actually catch her looking harder than me.
Really, Hermaine?
Like last night.
What happened last night?
Like last night, it seemed like I didn't say nothing, but normally I stop her and be like, "Oh, you looking at that woman harder than?"
No, because I caught him looking at some women. That's what happened.
You caught him looking at some women last night, so you got mad at him?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, we're in a different place, so I mean, you know, I'm looking at him and he's looking like this right here, and I'm like, well, dog, what are you looking at so?
That is not true.
Tell me what happened. Tell me what happens about the shoes in the middle of the floor.
Judge, that's a classic example of me telling him something about himself that he don't want to hear, and he always flips it back on me. Like, it's as simple as that. Hermaine, can you pick your shoes up? Because I'm clumsy, and I'll fall over everything. He leaves everything around every place, and I'm constantly picking up after him. So all I say is, can you pick your stuff up? Oh, you don't never pick your stuff up. You don't do this, you don't do that. Everything is always deflected from what he's supposed to do.
Now, Mr. Saunders, do you leave your stuff all over?
I have a bad habit of doing that.
Yeah. Do you understand? Do you agree she's clumsy?
Yes, very.
Yeah, very clumsy. Very. Do you understand her request they pick some stuff up so I don't fall and break my neck?
I do pick it up. I do.
But what you do when you pick it up, though? What
do you fuss?
No, I just put it back, and sometimes I get back
Hermaine,
at her.
Come on now, tell the truth. They call you true.
Ms. Saunders.
Tell the truth.
Sometimes I get right back at her because she do the same thing.
No, that's not the case.
Mr. Saunders, what happened to your wedding photos?
I ripped them up.
You ripped them up? Mr. Saunders, why do you think he ripped them up?
He ripped them up because we got into another argument.
About?
My family and his family. We don't get along with each other's families.
You don't get along with each other?
No.
Exactly.
We don't.
So what is your main complaint about his family?
I mean, I get upset because they don't do what they're supposed to do for him. I don't like the way they treat him. And certain situations he tells me about, I get upset. And when I bring him up later on, because it's his family, then all of a sudden now he wants to get upset with me because I'm talking about his family. But you telling me this stuff. And I'm saying that because of you.
Well, why doesn't he like your family?
Oh. I don't understand why he don't like my family. You have to ask him because my family don't treat him no type of way. I don't
Okay, Mr. Saunders, do you have a problem with her family?
Yes, a big problem.
And what is that problem?
They're like I'm not good enough for her.
Give me an example of something they've said or done that makes you feel that they feel that way.
I was on the phone with her family member, and she was down on me. And when I was sitting there eavesdropping at first, listening to her down me, and I was waiting for her to defend me, and she wasn't defending me at all. She was like, I mean, I know. And wasn't really saying like, oh, he's not like that, you know, he does
Was
this,
somebody in your family bad-mouthing him over the phone and you were just like, yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what happened, I'm not saying yeah to say I didn't defend him. I didn't defend him the way that he felt like I should defend him. Like I said, that's my family member, and they're coming to me telling me that, you know, they seen him with another girl. This is early in their marriage. So, I mean, they're coming telling me they see him with another female, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It turned out to be a lie, but, I mean, that's my family member. I thought they was looking out for me. That's why I didn't say too much. But when I found out it was a lie, I got on her about it, too. It's just at the time, he figures that I'm not defending him like I'm supposed to.
Right, I gotcha.
It wasn't like that.
It was a lie?
No, it was not. It was
mean,
not
it
like
was
that.
like that.
It wasn't just over that issue.
Well, what else were they talking about?
Her family member was sitting there saying stuff like, don't let him do you like that. You take care of him, you carry him. All he do is this. He talk all this trash about you. He yell at you, he curse you out, all these different things that she's not even there for to even say. But she's down on me like that, making it seem like I treat her so bad. And that's not true.
The family member said that you call her out of her name and curse at her, do you?
I don't call her out of her name.
Do you curse at her?
No.
Her name?
Do I?
You have.
Do I?
I do not. That's a lie.
Have.
That is a lie.
Now,
that is a lie.
I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like he just called me out my name for no reason. When we get in things, yes, he does. He really does.
It's just that you guys are in mutual conflict, and when that conflict arises, you may use some words that are inappropriate.
That's the first thing he do.
But she does too.
I do it, but that's the first thing you do.
As well. Yeah. Do you go there early?
Early.
No. No.
Okay.
It has to get really.
It has to really get bad for you to go there.
Right.
Okay, I hear you.
Next, the shocking truth about an electrical problem gone horribly wrong. Did her main stubbornness cause the pain? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
We were talking about her family member, but you also say that she talks down to you.
She does.
Give me an example of that, or tell me about the kinds of things she says to you when she puts you down.
For example, one time we went to Myrtle Beach. I took her to Myrtle Beach for her birthday. And it was hot, and I let her stay at the bus station while I go find a hotel. I picked a bad hotel, a very bad hotel, but I didn't know where I was, so, you know, I was just trying to get the quickest thing I could for her. We get there, and it was bad, and then she goes to bash me. You should have let me do it. You was wrong. Why you ain't wait for me? You not doing it right. Why you did this? Why you could have just got me and I would have picked the right one for us, and just things like that. And she's always yelling at me like in public about stuff like this. And
about stuff you've done wrong or that
Right.
she perceives you've done wrong.
Right. I just made a mistake, but she blaming everything on me.
Okay, Ms. Saunders, does that happen? I mean, take a minute, take a deep breath, think about it. Do you pick at him when he does something wrong and get all over him?
No. I'm just basically telling him what he's doing. Hermaine don't want to own up to nothing that he does.
No,
he like to blame. You like to blame me for everything, Hermaine. Come on now. And then when I come at you, you don't want. You act like you're not doing nothing wrong.
Ms. Saunders, talk to me.
He don't never do nothing wrong.
Let me come to that conclusion. Why don't you tell me some of the things he doesn't own up to?
Nothing. Like we were in the house that we live in now. We were having a little bit of electrical problems, and we had to have a extension cord run from one room to the other so we can have power in that room. I'm trying to help him, He's trying to unplug it, and I guess it was shocking him or something. And I was like, well, Hermaine, why don't you just go from the other room and unplug the main socket, and then it'll stop the lecture. Oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't want to let me do it. He always think I'm coming at him or trying to, like, control him.
Control him or hurt
I'm just
him
helping him.
I'm just helping out.
I can't say nothing to him.
She's just helping you out, Mr. Saunders?
No. In that particular instance, no. She was not trying to help me out. She was just trying to run things like she always trying to run things.
Well, now, let me ask you, Mr. Saunders, think deeply now. There was electricity on and you were getting shocked.
Right.
And your wife comes into the room and suggests that maybe you disengage the cord so you won't get shocked anymore. How is that not helpful?
We had extension cords plugged up into extension cords, and the TV shocked me. So I'm thinking, if the TV shocked me, then we might don't need to touch none of these plugs because the whole thing might be messed up. That's what I was telling her. And she wanted me to lean down and unplug it with my hands. I was thinking I should get something and unplug it with my...
I told you to use his foot.
Hang on.
I said I was going to use my foot or
I
use
told
something
you to use your
else.
foot.
And she started
But, you
telling
know,
me to
if
grab it.
electricity lights feet just as much as it lights hands, I mean, it won't know the difference.
He had on shoes with rubber soles. That's why I said, take your feet and do like that. Oh, you don't know what you're talking. You always trying to tell me how to do stuff.
That was my idea. I said I should move with my foot or either get something and pry it apart. She telling me to get down there and unplug it with my hands.
But let me say this. That's a difference of opinion. That's not putting you down. It's saying, I got a suggestion for the current problem. And you could say in response, yeah, baby, but here's how I think it should be handled.
And that
you don't take it as an insult.
It's the way she says things. It's the way she says things. I talked to her just like that until she started yelling at me. You know what I'm saying? I started talking to her just like that. Look, I think I should do it this way. Oh, no, you shouldn't do it that way. You don't know what you're talking about. She does things like that.
No,
she always goes from 0 to 60 on me so fast. When I'm trying to, I talk to her nice. She talked to me very nasty all the time.
Who gets nasty? Ms. Saunders, answer me. Who gets nasty? You do get nasty
first. But you know why I get nasty first, Your Honor? Because when I'm telling him something, I'm trying to suggest something, he gets an attitude. He might not yell, but he'll get an attitude, and then I'll be like, and then I start yelling and get nasty back.
And this is my thing. She want me to listen to her, but she can never listen to me. I'm never right. In her book, I'm never right. She act like I'm a dummy or something. And I can't stand that. I never treat her like that. I always listen to her. I always listen to her opinion. I always let her exercise her opinion to show me that just might be the right way to go. But when it comes to me doing things, she act like I don't know what I'm doing.
Hypercritical. You just don't know what a stupid idea, over the top all the time. I get you. I hear you.
That's not true.
When Divorce Court continues, how did a flea market find bring this couple together?
Courtney and Hermaine argue a lot. Do you think couples can learn how to disagree and stay together? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
I gotta say, you two just got to arguing about how it is you argue.
I tell you, it's everything.
That's what just happened here. Now, Ms. Saunders, I'm going to pull you back off of this because none of this is life-altering. I got no extra women. I got no extra dudes. I got no drugs, no casino, no nothing. Usually I got all that in here. All I got is a little irritation. So I'm going to back you off today and take you to yesterday. Why don't you tell me how you met and how things were in the beginning? Mrs. Saunders, I'll start with you.
Well, we both came from the same town. We didn't grow up together or anything like that. But I came back to that town, and he just happened to be at the flea market. So I went to the flea market with my grandmother, and, you know, she introduced me to him, and we exchanged numbers under the guise of we were going to be doing music together because he raps and I sing. So, long story short, he came to my house that same day, Your Honor. I've been seeing this man's face every day since. We have never been apart since then.
Now, Mr. Saunders, is that she got that right, did she?
She did.
She got that right. When did everybody start digging at one another? Was it a slow turn to nasty, or was there an event that triggered it?
We was in the car riding somewhere, and I asked her a question. And see, that's my thing. When I ask her questions, she hate when I ask her questions.
He asked me,
why are you questioning me? Why are you questioning me? So this particular day, and this is just 2 weeks of knowing her, she goes to cursing me out because I asked her a simple question in front of her family member. It was so bad.
What was the question? Do you remember?
I don't know. It was about 5 years ago.
Yeah. So you can't remember that. It was so bad. What happened?
That her family member had to turn around and say, Courtney, why are you talking to him like that? He just asked you such and such.
You only knew him 2 weeks. What you fussing at him for?
Her main, like, he questions I had to explain everything to him. He questions everything I do. I can't go to the bathroom and come back without him asking, did you do this? Did you do that? He does a million and one questions. And I don't like that. I don't like that.
Do you recall that in the car he was just asking a general question?
No, he asked for my opinion. I remember what we was talking about.
What were we talking
You
about?
asked for my opinion.
About what?
About what?
About one of his family members. It was a guy who was supposed to be related to him or something. And we saw him at the store or whatever, and we were talking, and he was like, I was picking with him. I was like, oh yeah, that's your cousin, whatever. So he didn't want to claim that. And what happened was he asked my opinion. He was like, do you really think that's my cousin? Yeah, Hermie, I think that's your cousin. That ain't my cousin. That ain't my cousin. So I'm looking at him like, why are you getting nasty with me? So my family member caught the back end of that. She didn't catch what was going on to start.
Why do you care whether or not it was
He
his
asked
cousin?
me though. He asked me first.
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter.
Well, he asked me first.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I ask her a question.
Why didn't you run then? What's the matter?
I don't know,
Holy cow!
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next.
Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
I am going to ever so gently lift my eyes and look up at the person who I believe is at the bottom of this problem.
I told you.
Now, Ms. Saunders, here's what I got to say to you. Number one, you never go global in an argument. In other words, you can argue about the issue, but you cannot pull someone's character or ability or an overall statement about who or what they are into an argument about a thing. Do you see? Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? And there's never any reason to get excited about any of the things that you get excited about, and you contend in agreement with him that you're always the first one to pop. Are you not?
Yes, but like I said, it's just what he does. I can't.
But then what you need to do, instead of globalizing it's just what he does, is you need to specify what the particular irritation is at that moment.
I can't do that with him either.
You don't know how.
I can't do that
You
with
don't know how. You know why you don't know how?
No.
Because you don't listen. You're all full of what you think. I'm over here dropping what I think may not be great wisdom, but some wisdom, but you're still arguing with me about it. Do you see? Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel me? Do you understand me?
Yes.
You want $200 from this man for some reason or another. What is it?
Because he tore up my pictures and the license. I just found out the license was with it, too.
You tore up the pictures. Now, I'm going to have to fuss at you. Tearing stuff up, what does that do for you?
It makes me feel better.
Yeah, it expresses your frustration. It solves nothing and gives you a whole nother set of problems. Now you don't have pictures of your wedding. Now, if you need your marriage license for something, you got to go pay the county their little $6 or whatever it is they want, probably $50 these days, who knows, to get that back. You caused yourself more harm on the back end than just, that 30 seconds of feel good when you rip that stuff up. That's childish. You got to pay for stupidity. And at this juncture, your stupidity cost you $200. It is so ordered.
Courtney and her maid agree with the judge that they argue over nonsense. and will try to speak calmly with each other. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court. On Divorce Court today, did the Army change the man she fell in love with in high school? Alexandria says Brandon has been bossy with her and their children. Plus, he pawned her engagement ring. Brandon Mahone and Alexandria Brown have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court before your vows starts now.
I'm here with Brandon Mahone and Alexandria Brown. The two of you have been together for some time, have 2 children together. You are here now considering whether or not you should get married. You brought me your marriage license, which I have, and you've given me permission to tear it up should I not think that this union is a good idea. You've also completed a compatibility test, and it made me gasp. And I will talk to you about that momentarily. But before we get into any of that, you've been together since what? You were 16? Or you were 16,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And you finally proposed.
Yes,
and you have it on film.
Yes,
so I want to see it before we get to complaining about one another. So let's see the proposal.
That's me. I was in basic training in the Army, Your Honor. Got on one knee. That was a special day of my life, too. And
We love a man in uniform, too. It looks good. I don't know what it is, but it's nice.
She ruined it, though, by taking that ring off.
How did she ruin it? By taking the ring off?
Your Honor, 3 months later, she took the ring off. She was accusing me of cheating or whatever. She had her doubts, Your Honor. So she took the ring off. It was collecting dust right in the closet. Just straight collecting. I picked the ring up, dust falling off it and everything. So I pawned it.
So you pawned it? If she wasn't going to wear it, what use is
to
it?
a guy. So, rather turn it to some money, Your Honor.
Why did you take the ring off?
Well, it was actually poking my kids. It was kind of sharp. I took it off to get it altered. And before I got a chance to put it back on, I look up and I found a receipt that, it was pawned. And I'm like, okay, where's my ring at? So I asked him, and he was like, I pawned it. He gave me this ugly face or whatever, when he guilty. So I said, where's my ring? And he pawned it, the ring.
Let me ask you this. You say there's no reason to take off a ring, and a wedding ring or an engagement ring. But my understanding is all of this is a function of trust issues that the two of you have with each other, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
She thought you were cheating. Why don't you tell me a little bit about her jealousy and the issues you have with her?
With her, she's very jealous, Your Honor. You know what? She's a club. She's addicted to the club. Like, she goes to the club 3-4 times a week, Your Honor.
No, that's a lie.
With single friends, single friends are ready to mingle. Why are you hanging with single friends? You have some friends that, that have husbands and stuff. Why don't you hang with them? And she goes to the club lets out at 2, 3, and she don't get home till 4 or 5. As a matter of fact, one time, Your Honor, she didn't get home till 11 in the morning.
Mrs. Brown, are you down to the club, staying all hours? Hang on.
Well, that was the case. I did go out that night. My friend, she did not want to take me home. I don't know. She was drunk.
She didn't call, didn't text, didn't do nothing.
I texted him.
No.
And I called him.
No.
And I let him speak to her. And he still didn't believe me that I was over there. I came back in at 11, and then him and his little friend be over there all the time on the couch, and they was over there, and he had a little input of what to say
about what's going on. Let me ask you, Ms. Brown, how often do you go to the club?
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Mr. Mahone?
I go to the club probably once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah.
Probably once a week. So that means at least twice a week, right? Because no one says probably once when it's really once. Yeah. They try to give a little wiggle room there. So you go a couple times a week, right? Okay.
Just want to go out and have fun.
Yeah, but you see the same people in the same club, ain't nothing but drunken, thirsty dudes in there that want to talk to you.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Mahone. What are you doing while she's at the club? Are you just left at home?
I'll be at home, sleep.
No, he don't.
I'll be
He
on
be
the
right
couch,
behind me,
sleep.
just like the other day he went to the club, and he came in at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was him, his friend, with his girlfriend. He was waiting on her to get the key. And he said that she was at Walmart until 6 o'clock in the morning. He told his friend she lying because she didn't come back with no bags. So I'm like, okay, so what was you doing?
I was on the phone with her, though. It ain't like I didn't call her or text her, let her know what was going on.
Let me ask you this. Do you drink when you go to the club? Do you drink when you go to the club?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you guys drink a little too much? Are you drunk every time you come home from the club? You got kids.
Yeah. I mean, I can retain myself, yeah.
You're inebriated, but you're stable.
Yeah.
You may lean, but you never fall.
Yeah.
Okay. It still impairs your reasoning and judgment, even if you can maintain, vertical. You got that part, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that your partying lifestyle must cease when you have, not cease completely, but it has to be, as you say, contained in order to maintain a stable home for the little people. That's all I want to say about that, okay? Now, I want to go, you got a couple of issues. One about disciplining the children. You say that Mr. Mahone doesn't discipline them at all, and you're stuck doing all of it. Why don't you explain your concerns with respect to how he parents?
Well, in my household, when growing up, I got whoopings and not got beat, but got whoopings, and I did have an attitude when I was younger. It was worse than now, and my mom didn't play that. So we grew up in different households. He didn't get a whooping when he was younger, so I guess that's where it come from.
So you spank, and he doesn't like spanking.
But he doesn't discipline either. Like, I tell him, if you don't discipline, both of them gonna run all over you.
When you say he doesn't discipline, he doesn't tell them to stop that. He doesn't put them on timeout. He doesn't direct them, anything like that. Doesn't make them do chores, that kind of thing.
Right.
Mr. Mahone, your response to that is?
Your Honor, I do discipline my kids. I take the game away from them, I do discipline them.
Do they listen when you talk to them?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah, they listen to me.
Dad says something, it happens.
When I raise that voice, they know what's going on. And see, I didn't grow up with a father figure in my household, so I didn't get whoopings and beat on. And, my mom, she would tell me what I had to do, and then take that TV out my room. That was my punishment.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Brown. When he speaks, do they listen?
Sometimes, like my daughter, no.
That's
she
because my
is a
daughter
mess.
is like her. Exactly like her. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
My daughter is her a spitting image. She already has the attitude down packed. She looks just like her and everything.
That's why I discipline her, because I don't want her to be like me. And
But you- but
Wait a minute. You discipline her because you don't want her to be like you.
Next, loud and crazy fights over everything from toothpaste cap to what's for dinner? Your mama warned you not to marry your mate. If she was right and divorce is your best option, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real relationships in crisis. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Ms. Brown, what you said was deep. That you spank your child because you don't want her to be like you. Now, having said that, I'm gonna pull back into the compatibility test because it paints a picture of what you're afraid of and what he's afraid of. When I asked him what 5 things he didn't like about his intended, he wrote attitude, 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 attitude. When I asked him what he wanted from his wife, he said, less attitude. If you would change one thing about your intended, what would it be? Her attitude. So, Mr. Mahone, give me some of the examples of her attitude.
Her attitude, okay, like, we'll wake up in the morning, Your Honor. I tell her, good morning. What's good about the morning? I'm like, Your Honor, we just woke up. What do you mean? I'm happy I'm alive. We in the store, Your Honor. She like, do you want the green beans or do you want the corn? The corn. Why do you want the corn? And storm off down the aisle. And we go to the same store, get the same food every week. And get mad, and she know what I like. She know I'm gonna pick the corn over the green
all
beans.
day. That's what he want me to pick out, junk.
Okay.
He don't like eating healthy.
He doesn't like to eat healthy. Okay. Now, how do you respond to his failure to eat appropriately? Is it a calm, hon, you ought to eat more vegetables, or are you going in on it?
Well, I try to make him eat healthy, but he like...
See, we're not talking about eating healthy. We're talking about the manner in which you deal with him. When you ask him to eat healthy, how is your attitude?
Well, I say, would you like some...
Mrs. Brown, you see, you tiptoeing around the landmine, and I got you to get you to step right on it, because you already told me that you're tough on your daughter because you don't want your daughter to be like you, because she's got too much attitude. So that means you have too much attitude. If you cannot address what you have, you can't fix it. Now let's talk about it. How loud and crazy do you get?
I don't get loud and crazy at all. Like certain things, like when when I go in the bathroom, he brushes his teeth. He leaves the top off the toothpaste. It's easy if you could just close the top. Like that burns me up.
I mean, but that's money.
Now what do you do that burns you up? So how is your response? How do you do that?
Well,
do you yell?
Yeah.
Do you holler? Do you curse?
No.
Do you throw stuff?
No.
You're not bleaching stuff or anything like that.
When he has, no. When he have temper tantrums, he, throw food aside the wall and all of that.
Give me an example of one of the worst attitudinal issues you've had with her.
With her having an attitude?
Yeah.
Well, I would say, I want to bring it back to my daughter, because I told my daughter to do something. All of a sudden, she said, and it just
the daughter fell out.
The daughter, yeah, exactly. Look at that. I'm like, wait, is that Alex or is that my daughter? I'm like, whoa, I don't, so that's like her seeing her do that, she's going to do it to everybody else.
Let me explain this to you. There's always a question of nature versus nurture. And you might think that she has an attitude because she has your genetics. She might have an attitude because she's watching your attitude and she's repeating what she's seeing you do. It not be in her head, it might be through her eyes. You're teaching her to fall all out. That's just my thought. Just my thought on that matter. I understand, however, you are not blameless, Mr. Mahone. I understand you have an issue with respect to name calling, and I want to know what it is a grown man with 2 children is doing calling his wife names.
When divorce court before your vows continues, can this couple's declaration of love overcome the temper tantrums and name calling?
Alexandria and Brandon accuse each other of cheating. Do you think they'll be able to trust again? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Mrs. Brown, I'm gonna start by asking you about it. You complain that he calls you names all the time. What kind of names does he call you?
Like if the Parkers come on, he'd be like, Alex? Like he'll say I'm Nikki Parker.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm fat or whatever.
Well, you do favor a little bit. I don't know if it's an attitude thing. She's funny. she's not mean. Do you call her names, Mr. Mahone?
Your Honor, it only comes out when the disrespect comes. She disrespect me in front of my kids. How I'm gonna be a man in front of my son And I'm looking like, you know, I'm just getting talked to down. She don't listen to me or nothing, right in front of my son and my daughter too. So I don't put my hands on females. I don't never do that. So I might hit a glass off the table or, you know, call her Kim Parker or something, but.
You know, a meaningful response to one crazy parent is not to have the other parent be crazy too. Do you know what I mean? If you are worried about the image that your children are seeing, don't worry about they don't think I'm strong enough. Worry about, do they see rational? Do they see calm? Do they see a reasonable response to difficulty as opposed to an acceleration or exacerbation of difficulty? You with me on that one?
Yes, John.
So y'all been talking about each other like dogs out here. So I want you to give an opportunity to convince me that there's even a reason for you to get married, other than the fact that you have 2 children together. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Mahone. I'm going to give you 90 seconds to sell me on the fact that Ms. Brown is the only woman for you. Go.
Well, I love her. You know, we've been together for a long time, over 10 years. I met her in high school, and since then, we've been attached through all the ups and downs. She had my back through everything. Like, if I get a flat tire on the side of the road, she'll be the first person. I'm actually one of the only people I can call. Always had my back. I'm, like, attached to her. I can't even sleep in the bed without her at night. When we do get into it, you know, I go to my mom's house or whatever when she want to kick me out or whatever, and by the next day, I'm calling her, or she calling me, because we attached. And I know I love her dearly, because I wouldn't have got on one knee if I did.
Well, a little weak. I mean, she shows up for you, you know what I mean? But I didn't hear anything about her, anything that you liked about her personality. But I'll let you have that one. And it's always tough to be the first one to go. So I gotta give you 10 extra points just for leading the ship here. Then, Ms. Brown, why don't you tell me why you love Mr. Mahone? You got 90 seconds to sell me on Mr. Wonderful over there. Go.
Well, I love him, and he's a great parent. He would be a great husband figure. He's cute, I guess, and he entertains with the kids a lot, and I like that about him. And he cooks dinner, and most men can't cook. I like how he cooks his chicken. and he a great father.
Y'all sad and pitiful. Just tired and woo! How long you been together?
About 12 years.
It shows.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
You guys act like an old married couple, so you might as well be an old married couple. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the wedding certificate. Having said that, can I give a little piece of advice with it? Ms. Brown, you got to dial back on that anger. Anger is a very able imposter. It's usually fear or frustration all dressed up to look like power, but that's all it is. You've got to address whatever you're upset about. You've got to calm it down. If everything is setting you off, then the entire world is in command of your day. You're the only person not in charge of what you do, because the toothpaste cap and the toy on the floor, all of them are directing how you feel, what you say, your blood pressure, your children's safety, calm, and stability is all being dictated by every little knick-knack thing in your house that happens that makes you crazy. Good Lord, do you want to give up that kind of power? So you have to address that like it's issue 1. Issue 1 is the rest of the world does not determine how I feel, and I am in control of who I am, and that anger is a failure. When you get mad, you lose, because the environment has hijacked your head, and you can't think anymore. So if you look at it like that and work it like that, it will be better for you. Quit calling your wife names. It's not cool. It's not good. It's 12-year-old behavior. You shouldn't do it. Both of you need to get out of the club, quit drinking, go home, and have a game plan for your family. Don't just live day to day. Know where you're headed. Know where you want to go. Because if you don't have a game plan, you don't know where you're going, you end up anywhere. And you don't want that to happen. So go ahead, get married. kick up your game a little bit. That's all I'm going to ask of you. This matter is adjourned.
Brandon and Alexandria agree with the judge and are working to stop drinking, stop fighting, and stay away from the clubs. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.